straight from outer space. We're going to talk to you about craft beer, about jiu-jitsu and fighting.
What are we at? Are we at 14 or are we at 15 now? Is this 15?
They're both just numbers.
Damn, bro. Our
numbers are relative.
Our podcast is celebrating its quinceañera tonight.
Oh, there you go.
Is there a male version?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I'm not Mexican.
Fuck it.
Quinceañero.
There you go. We're pretty princesses. We'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, at 13, young men have a bar mitzvah.
That's true.
I mean, I know
some of them are Hispanic.
13.
No, yeah.
We're what?
We're at 15.
They're Hispanic Jews.
We're at 15.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's 13 for guys.
That's cool.
15 or 16
Well,
for the ladies.
yeah. I mean, you know, we're 15 though, so
Yeah.
we passed 13. All right.
Yay.
Fuck. All right.
Gonna be a long podcast.
That's
guys.
right. All right. What are we at? Fucking goddamn, we got a lot of time to fill. All right. So welcome to episode 15 of the Fist Right podcast. We're missing a couple members tonight, Professor Allen, Professor Brandon. But
well, I wouldn't say we're missing.
Well, they're missing us. How about that? Yeah. So we have a couple members missing us tonight. Professor Brandon and Professor Allen. We're not sure what they're doing. I like to imagine them out probably slaying dragons together.
Yeah, together.
Probably the most well-dressed.
They're belaying each
dragon
other,
slayers.
climbing rocks.
Yeah, they're like hurling like fireball. They're LARPing right now, probably. They're LARPing. It'll be good.
With like the foam swords and everything.
Well,
I bet you that takes a lot of time to
LARPing?
Yeah.
cut all those things out. You know?
Yeah. It's. I mean,
you have to hand make all that stuff, right?
It's
There's
several.
not a LARPing warehouse. You could just go
I think
buy supplies.
maybe
like a
online.
Halloween store, man.
Online, maybe. Yeah. I bet they have like you could get really awesome artisanal LARPing gear.
I think they just go to like those Halloween stores that pop up seasonally, and they just stock up like swords.
Yeah,
and shields
swords.
Dude,
all kinds of
that is an
outfits.
amazing
Hockey
business
masks.
model. It's like we're going to be open for for the amount of time it takes Ricky to drop the fucking phone.
They never get a good location though.
Oh man,
Because
actually,
it's
Send
like,
location.
They're always moving.
Yeah, well, that
There was somewhere that just like
But hey,
went out of business.
I'm going to be honest with you. Shout out though to the Halloween store here in Webster, Texas. They've been holding strong for I think 4 years
They're
now.
doing good.
4 or 5 years.
I bought 'em.
finding huge spaces and they wreck shop.
Yeah, man, they're it's great, man. But it's an awesome business model, man. You open up for like a month and a half out of the year. You sell some of the cheapest shit known demand for like some good prices, and like then
Some
say,
of it's
fuck
actually
it.
pretty cool too.
Yeah, dude,
No, it's
hockey
cool.
masks.
No.
I love hockey masks, man.
I mean,
Best Halloween costume.
Yeah, anything can be used in a crime
Scary.
if you're imaginative enough.
Well, like Heat, like in the movie Heat, they're wearing hockey masks when they're like robbing the armored car, but it's like goalie masks. And I always thought that was so cool. They were wearing like flat black goalie masks, robbing armored cars. And I was like, this
In
looks
what
like
movie?
Heat.
Heat. Oh yeah.
With Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an amazing
Batman.
movie.
Yeah. Great movie.
Whoa.
What was that? Would that be?
I don't know if he is Batman anymore. I think we got a sparkly vampire. What's his name?
He was Batman.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Is he Batman now?
Yeah,
Oh my
No
God.
way.
Yeah, he went.
Are you kidding
No,
me?
he's apparently he's in the running. Yeah, Robert Pattinson. yeah.
But
Wow.
he ain't gonna make it.
No, like
There's probably like 20 other
no,
actors in
he's in
that.
like
What
top
happened to-
2 right now, like top 2 or something
What was
like
it?
that.
Where did Ben Affleck go? Ben Affleck was Batman. wasn't
Yeah,
he?
Yeah, but he's- he
jumped
bounced.
his-
He's Fat Man
jumped
now.
his-
Yeah, he's he can't fit in this.
Goodness.
boots. But
Life moves so fast, you guys.
I bet
It does.
So many.
I bet you the
Batmans.
next Batman will actually be really, really good. Not
Yeah,
saying Ben Affleck
Have
was
there
bad.
been more Batmans than there have been James Bonds?
oh no, absolutely not.
no, more James Bonds.
I'd have to think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
Are we counting like animated?
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, I forgot about the
there's some animated
Batman
stuff.
Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, great show.
I think it's crazy that Mark Hamill was the Joker
Yeah.
in the Batman
The
animated
voice.
series
Yeah.
for such a long time.
How is that crazy? That's
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
It's
Mark Hamill's
amazing.
an amazing individual.
Because a
He
lot
is.
of people don't know that. They thought like Mark Hamill just kind of went into a
Yeah.
dark cave after Star Wars,
No,
and
man.
he didn't.
Voice acting.
Yeah, he was a great. He is a great voice actor.
Yeah.
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 In what?
Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah. He fulfilled one of what I would assume would be
I don't
Kevin
think I
Smith's
saw that.
darkest fantasies.
You didn't miss a lot. You didn't miss a lot.
It wasn't the best
Jay
of
and
the series.
Silent Bob
I saw
Strike
Clerks.
Back. Clerks was good.
I saw Clerks.
Oh, really? For Jay and Silent? Oh, yeah.
I saw Clerks
Actually, I
and
heard
Clerks
something about
too.
that on their podcast.
Interesting.
Well, let's get through these sponsors real quick.
Okay.
JustKeyPants.com.
Wonderful.
6 month shipping. Or no, free shipping, always free shipping.
6 months shipping. Hey, order today, receive it by Christmas.
You know what?
You guys want to do your Christmas shopping right now?
A surprise in every package.
Get your orders in.
You got it. Yeah.
And
let's start this
10th
over.
comment gets a date with Professor Brandon.
The 10th comment.
That's still
the 10th comment.
We haven't gotten to the 10th comment.
That's right.
Have we not gotten to 10 comments?
No. So we need 10.
Not in one like episode.
No, we're doing that. So we need 10 comments on tonight's episode.
10 comments.
I don't care if we have one listener.
Wait, are we talking about the YouTube or the Facebook?
Like the Facebook Live?
Well, because Facebook people comment a lot.
How about this?
Let's like I don't think we've gotten to 10 on like when we posted a video on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. Let's say
so you have to comment on
10 comments on episode 15 on any of our social media accounts.
Okay.
And we will put you in the drawing for a date with Professor Brandon.
All right. Yeah.
No stipulations.
No stipulations.
Yeah.
All makes and models apply. We're good to go.
Wait, hold on.
What if it's confused. A dude? We're gonna do like a rock climbing like friend date?
Yeah.
All makes and models apply.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, but I'm a little confused. The 10th comment gets to be like in a it's a
drawing.
Well, if there's only one social media aspect that gets 10 comments, well, guess what, buddy? You're a winner by default.
Nice.
But since we have, you can reach us on many social media platforms.
Speaking of which, there was at least one person I know that won free tickets to the Third Coast Grappling event because he listened to the whole podcast all the way through.
Man,
I know. So you know,
that's great.
Sometimes you get some gems.
You never know. You might
be a ticket.
That's a nice hidden Easter egg.
Ricky trimmed up his mustache. He was giving away clippings earlier. That could be you.
Oh, is that what that bag was?
That is what that bag was.
A bag of mustache clippings.
We're actually.
Hey, I don't know why you're carrying it around.
We're gonna make a beer out of it.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a pizza topper.
Mustache
for the hot eating.
That's the secret.
It's like Willy Wonka's golden ticket. Whichever pizza has Ricky mustache in it, you
that'd
win.
be cool to make little like jalapeno mustastaches all over the pizza.
He's gonna
Hey,
use.
You should give your business ideas out over
a social platform.
an obviously worldwide platform. I mean, we reach people all over the world.
Ricky, you need to shape your dough and the shape
into dude.
Absolutely,
because then it turns into a pretzel.
Yeah, that's true.
But you could have mustache pretzels.
Yeah, if he does a good job.
Yeah,
that's what it becomes.
If the mustache,
after 5 years of doing this mustache pizza, you will have it like you'll be the only person in the world possibly.
What we'll do is we'll roll it really flat and we'll just get a cutout, like a big cookie
that's a
cutter.
good idea.
Yeah, just like a big.
I'm pretty sure
cutter.
someone could make you a custom make you one. That'd be good.
Like
is it dish or are you going flat? Going crispy?
Hey,
See, I'd like to do
we're not giving
thin.
out. We're not giving out.
I'd like to do thin, but so I can give you guys an update on Mustache Ricky's. Actually,
let's get through the sponsors and then we'll talk about.
I'm going to write it on my show notes. I'm going to give an update on Mustache Ricky's.
You should. I'm writing it on mine too.
All right, terrific.
Talk to Austin.
Talk to Austin.
Ricky.
So yeah,
your notes.
just justkeepants.com. 6-month guarantee, always free shipping. Use promo code 2 pants for 15% off. Two pants.
I got 2 pants.
2 pants. All
then
right.
you will have 2 pants actually.
Also, shout out to iRule Designs. Great design. She designed our logo.
She did. Excuse me. Oh, didn't burp into the mic right there.
Wow.
Ryan McGuire's wedding.
Ryan McGuire of Third Coast Grappling.
The wedding pictures came out pretty fire.
Yeah, I heard he was verified on Twitter.
Yeah.
So she is.
No, he wasn't. Was he really?
I don't know. That's
a big deal.
I know it is.
That's a pretty big deal.
You have
those eyebrows come up.
Your minimum requirement is have your own website. Yeah.
I got thrown out of Twitter so many times. I quit going back.
Yeah, I started one and then I'm like, it's easier to just post to Instagram because then you can just bump it out everywhere.
Yeah.
Because pictures are easier than words.
Well,
pictures are easier.
Why use a lot of words when
they also
words
get more?
trick?
They get more engagement.
So
they do. Pictures get more engagement. I can tell you that.
And I've heard
that's true. That's right. Would you rather me tell you about some nice tits or show you some?
Well, I've also heard that they are worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
Well, those are
good words.
Those are metric
high
words.
dollars.
Those are metric words.
Yeah.
Wait,
it's like 1.14.
I'm curious about this. So tell me about this. Maybe off the podcast, but this video thing.
Videos are gonna that's why you.
Now that you point that out,
that's why on Facebook, all you get is videos because that's what gets the most amount of reaction.
Okay,
makes you upset.
We made a video of canning, and it was one of our biggest posts ever. So that's consistent. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I never thought about that before. That's very helpful.
It's amazing.
I think you're starting to be able to watch
Terrific.
sport.
Those wrestling videos.
You've opened my eyes. Yeah.
You can watch sport highlights.
Members
on
of the
on Facebook as well.
podcast.
Nice.
Excellent. Cool.
Okay,
Just want to clarify for our 2 listeners out there.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ryan.
And Ryan.
Yeah.
And Ryan.
Okay. What else?
All right. Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Twin Peaks.
Hot food, cold brews,
Scenic views.
scenic views.
Yeah.
That's right. Go enjoy yourself some good times.
They
Twin
have
Peaks.
Extraordinary nachos.
The pork
I've
nachos.
heard about the nachos.
I think we've talked about them almost every episode. They're that good.
Yeah.
They're that good.
They have a lot of televisions
That is
upon
true.
which you might watch a variety of different types of sports that you might enjoy.
That is true. Jalal.
I
It's an
think they're
interesting
fantastic.
time of
Yeah, I love them.
year because baseball's on, basketball's just
Oh, yeah.
finishing up. So
Yeah. There's always a UFC
There's always
event on
something
over there.
on, yeah.
Every other week now there's a new UFC. There's always a boxing match.
That is true.
You can watch Triple G beat somebody up. That's always
man,
fun.
they've been showing a lot more boxing on
A
ESPN.
lot. Yeah, it's coming back a little bit. Yeah,
I like
there's
it.
a big push. I do too. Yeah, I just watched Creed 2 on the flight. Big boxing movie. It was a lot of fun. The Russian they have him
Creed.
fighting. It's you guys are not. You're not remotely in the same
No,
weight
it's an
class.
absolute.
It's an absolute
weight-
boxing match.
Yeah, it's an absolute
okay.
boxing match.
I didn't know they had those. The guy's huge.
There's no way. Huge.
He's huge.
Huge.
He's huge.
Huge.
Yeah, they should have fired him. Yeah,
You fight.
Oh, absolutely.
Sage would have been good.
He would have been
exactly like
Yeah,
perfect.
man.
I mean, he would have been better off doing that than the last fight that he
Yes,
took. Yeah.
I was terribly disappointed. So Ivan Drago comes. Spoiler alert! Ivan Drago comes into the movie, and he and Rocky have this interaction, but it's so unfriendly. Like there's still a lot of bitterness and animosity there, and I was just like, I don't need this. Yeah,
you didn't watch me. I
yeah.
don't need this.
I'm like, I feel like when you guys left the ring at the end of that movie, I've seen it a bunch of times. You guys left with a mutual respect and admiration. I doubt that.
Killed his friend.
Yeah, but then they fought each other and they were friends afterwards.
They were friends.
Well, they respected one another. He's not the man. He's like a piece of iron. Like this is a respectful thing to say about somebody.
But after all those years, Rocky basically ruined his life. If you look at it.
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah, there's a bitterness that's festered over time. Yeah, and then I was like, this sort of festering bitterness is toxic for a person's soul. And I liked Ivan Drago in that movie.
You know what? You know what I think Rocky's bitterness was to Ivan Drago is that since Ivan Drago killed.
Yeah, Apollo. Yeah,
Now he's got to come out and help this kid that won't leave him alone.
Yeah.
Man,
He's like, I'm really
Apollo,
tired.
if you were alive.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I'd be off the hook. I'd be raising my own kid.
Yeah, I could be doing my own thing.
Yeah.
But since you
It's an interesting point. Yeah,
now I have to
Yeah. You've messed with my-
father
yeah.
figure for
Yeah.
his son.
I didn't ask for this. Yeah,
my own son.
yeah. That's very interesting.
So they both have a reason to hate each other.
Yeah. So anyway, you should always go to Twin Peaks because it's very good there.
Right. You might
Is the point of this whole thing. It's
Well put.
thanks, man.
look. We never said
This is the copy they gave us.
oh, we're getting in trouble tonight. I feel like this is going to go amazingly well.
Yeah, there are 4 people watching right now.
None of our dumb bullshit
Me being one of them.
is going to take away from the fact that their nachos are out of control.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're amazing. All right.
Out of control nachos.
Off the chain. Off the chain.
Just
Off the chain, out of control nachos.
they spill it on your table and you have to eat it before it all
That's at a
spills
Guy
off.
Fieri
They
restaurant.
just throw them at you.
Off the chain, out of control nachos.
They angrily yell your name as they just throw nachos at you.
Wouldn't the restaurant just be Flavor Town? I feel like he's a missed
Off
opportunity.
the chain, out of control nachos.
What if he
Guy Fieri
It's just a
he's
brick
gonna
of
find
Velveeta and
us.
some beans on it.
He loses the election. Then he's got
That's true.
named after Flavor Town, and he ain't even the mayor.
He's not the mayor.
He's not the mayor anymore.
Yeah, but maybe he'll get the key to the city or a key to the town. At
Key to
least.
the town.
Yeah, he can come and do what he wants.
DJ Khaled has the major key. So,
All right. Yeah. Shout out to Saloon Brewing, as always. Here we are drinking some fine beverages.
Man, how deep do y'all want to go with this?
With
is
what?
my question.
With what?
With the saloon door stuff. Because I'll tell
Why?
y'all some stuff about
I just want to
saloon.
know
Man,
how
what-
to come up with a name. 'Cause it wasn't
Saloon door?
like,
It was
Draw,
Southern Draw. Southern Draw. Yeah.
So what-
And Southern Draw.
what happened with that?
So Southern Draw was our original. Thank you. This is a good question. I have a lot of
Thank
canned.
you very much.
I
for
have a
asking
lot of
this question.
canned response. I've had several years to kind of
You fired.
make my answer about this question. So it was originally Southern Draw. We got a cease and desist from a company that owns a beer named Southern Draw. They were very nice, but they told us, in effect, we're trying to be cool here, but don't use the name.
Stop.
So we had already named everything SDB. And SDB Operating Co. LLC. All our kegs are branded SDB, all these sorts of things. And so I texted my sister, who's one of these left-handed creative types, and I said, hey, we need something that's SD Brewery or Brewing. Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah. SD Brewing, SD Brewery, SD whatever. And she goes, cool, what about Sassy Dudes? And you can have like shorty shorts and you can tie your shirts in a knot in the front. And I was like,
great idea.
yeah.
Who put this out there?
My sister.
Think of that.
Yeah.
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 If you would have gotten
And-
that route, we would not be here.
Yeah.
right now.
Well,
I would pursue other sponsors.
I would be in Montrose and I would be making a fortune.
Well,
selling my
yeah,
beer
that is
there.
true.
Yeah.
Never started
Probably.
to-
Yeah, no. Or maybe I would have.
Just
I don't
in
know.
West Chase.
There's a lot of, contact. But anyway, so I said, no, that's not going to work.
Was it again Soggy Dudes?
Sassy dudes.
Soppy
Yeah,
dudes.
soppy dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sloppy Dudes?
Sloppy dude.
Sloppy dudes brawling.
Sweaty Dongs Brewery.
Salty dong's ball sack.
Yeah.
They have a great goes.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Stout is a bit.
So salty.
Yeah, avoid the sour. It's bad.
So we said, no, that's not going to cut it. And she goes, okay, how about Saloon Door? And we were so over the naming part of the journey. We had already come up with a name. We'd voted on it. We'd agonized over it. So when we had to choose a second name, the process was much easier.
Yeah.
So I texted Jason. I was like, Saloon Door. And he's like, I don't fucking hate it.
Yeah.
And I was like, great, that's a yes.
Well, I'm gonna
so
be
then I go over to Josh and I go, Josh, Saloon Door. And he goes, are we just going to change our name like this? We're just going to change our name. And I go, we have to, because we got a cease and desist from a lawyer and they have a better claim to it. And he goes, so we're just going to fucking roll over and we're just going to take this. It's like, well, that or a $90,000 protracted legal battle that we lose.
Yeah.
No, he just, my partner Josh is awesome. And he's like always going to he wants to fully explore the issue before he makes a snap decision on it. Right.
That's a good
So we
business
talked
one.
about it. Yeah, absolutely. And so he was like, I want to know what it's going to cost to fight these motherfuckers on this. And I was like, yeah, I get it, but it's going to cost 90 and we're going to lose. And he was like, oh, in that case, Saloon Door sounds terrific to me.
Great.
I vote yes.
Yeah.
So awesome. Right. And then Jeff was like, yeah, that sounds good. Great. And I was like, okay. So then it took 4 hours to do what it had taken us 4 months to do before. It was wonderful. So
It was also the door in the face negotiation technique too, where you go, let me have $1 million.
Yeah.
I'll never give you money.
Yeah.
Like, how about 100,000?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Nice.
This is
Sassy
such a,
Dudes, Saloon
you
Door.
start with a big
Sassy
out of control
dudes.
number.
So,
Yeah.
dudes,
I should have
Yeah.
stayed with
Base-
Sassy Dudes.
I'm glad
actually.
you didn't poll us
Yeah.
because you could have had a very different
Right.
experience.
Yeah.
now.
No, you guys would have sabotaged the poll.
anybody listening,
No.
please post what you would have called what is now
SDB.
Saloon Door Brewing.
Yeah. Let's hear him.
We want to hear him.
SDB.
Yeah.
Initials being SDB.
Yeah.
What would you have named your brewery?
I tell you what.
And I know what like provocative answer is going to be said.
We know yours is Soggy Dudes.
We know.
No.
No, I'm just joking. I'm sorry. That was rude.
I'll go one further.
Slanging dicks brazenly.
If we get 25 comments on this, we'll pick one of them and we'll make a one-off beer. And release it in the cans. Yeah.
He's got something to say.
I have the power to do
Ooh.
this.
This is episode
I don't wanna say
15. So shout out from one of our sponsors.
You could go extremely raunchy with
Yeah.
SD.
Well, of course, I get final, determination.
Also remember, if we're trying to pick you for putting you out, we would like to display you to the public.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't have to be nasty. It
yeah,
can be clever.
Some
right?
black bars and some tassels will work wonders, but we want some side
Yeah.
boob.
Best name might possibly have a beer named after their idea.
Yeah.
I feel like
that's right.
displaying to the
Get 25
public
of them.
is like it's like doing this. To
I am.
No, that's actually
Like
that's how I
holding
live my
them.
life. Yeah, that's actually how when we found out we were having a kid. As soon as he came out, I walked out and I was Lion King the fuck out of him.
You go post your favorite name, and if we select them, you can have them on the weekends, kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like whoever we pick gets to pay half of the college tuition.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's kind of an investment on their part. Yeah, if they become like super rich, we'll pay them back with some
Nice.
interest. So
Yeah. Okay.
starting the Kickstarter for that.
All right. So that's Saloon Door. We're having a party on June 27th for DJ Screw.
There it is.
R.I.P.
Purple
Gone too
drinks.
soon.
Purple drinks.
It's the Purple Drink Festival.
That's right.
We're working on our R&D to find the perfect recipe to make a purple beer.
The R&D for the R&B.
It's going to be strictly Houston hip hop, straight out of the, I'd say 93 to 2000.
Right out the ward, bro.
Seven.
Oh,
Man, I don't want to get in trouble.
There's already some good ones on the
I wouldn't.
comments.
I don't know that that's not true.
should we get
I think I know
should,
somebody that actually might be able to hook that up.
we?
Yeah.
I might
Okay,
know somebody
let's do
who
it.
could get us
Make it
hooked
happen.
up with some Bun
Yeah.
B. If we maybe
Yeah.
get Bun B down here as well,
Bun B, man.
we could see what we could do.
Man, I would settle for Riff Raff if I'm being honest with you.
Jody High Roller,
Yeah.
Jody
Yeah.
High Roller.
Wait, you talking about Dave D'Antoni?
The pink python, the
Man,
neon icon.
I mean, man.
In terms of rap output,
All right,
kind
listen.
of.
He dated, what's her name?
that one.
The girl on American Idol, Katy Perry.
Yeah, she's fine.
He has an aquaberry back fist.
Yeah, yeah,
He dropped out of elementary school.
I believe it.
Because of too many games.
yeah.
Recess.
Yeah.
Too many games. I saw that.
Vernacular Juice Jones
Yeah.
was my favorite one.
Dude, that was an amazing episode.
Yeah. Dale D'Antoni is
Dale
really good.
D'Antoni's
Yeah,
good.
Dale D'Antoni's really good.
It's funny because it's spelled like Dan Tony, not like Mike D'Antoni's actual last name.
Yeah, it's Dan is his middle name. Dale Dan. Oh, I love him. I love him so much. I'm in terms of like long term like staying power. If he keeps reinventing himself like this, they're gonna look at him like an Andy Warhol or like an Andy Kaufman in terms of like comedic, like lifelong commitment to like comedic genius.
He's a
And
method
I love
lifer.
him. I love him.
Yeah.
He makes me so happy. Anytime I'm feeling bad, I go listen to him sing like outside eating fried okra with who? With Oprah.
Oprah.
Yeah.
Just on
And I'm
Theo
like, I love
Love's
this.
podcast.
This guy-
That was an amazing episode.
He showed up with $50,000 cash to be on some show on MTV, just like in his hands. And they're like, why are you holding $50,000 cash? And his answer was, because you never know when you might have to make a down payment on a Cadillac.
I mean, he's not incorrect.
I know.
He's not incorrect.
He's not. That's the God's honest truth.
Show me the lie.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have one.
He got pretty jacked for
Yeah.
a while.
I love him. He makes me so happy.
He softened up a bit last I seen him on the podcast. But
I
he's
just
still-
love
still a big dude.
the grills.
Yeah, I do too.
I like the mullet. Have you seen the mullet?
The inner teeth
The recent one?
locking.
Yeah, it's
No,
beautiful.
but like the shark teeth kind of
Yeah,
interlocking grill. That one's really cool.
Yeah. He's like, I wanna blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. He's got the shark teeth in. I want to blow. What do you want to do in this life? I want to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
Those are goals, though, man.
If
Like
you
that's
rearrange
a
those
strong
words,
ass flex
you
right
get in
there.
a lot of trouble.
Oh, man.
That's a good one.
Oh man.
All right, final sponsor, Third Coast Grappling. Hey Zach, anything you want to say about that right now? I know there's a lot in the works.
Tables are selling out, so
Nice.
if you're gonna, we have. I think actually you might want to check the website, but we have regular tables and then VIP tables on the stage. And I think the majority of we got 3 layers of tables. So go on the website. One's on the floor, one's on the side, and the very back elevated tables. And we have another layer that's on the stage.
Yes, the VIP
Yeah, those are
stage
$1,000.
side, man. That is guaranteed to be better seat than the referee, almost.
Yeah, and we also are constantly coming out with the matchups. So if you haven't seen the matchups yet, check them out because it's amazing. Get your tickets or see us on Flow Grappling because we will be streaming from there as well. Live streaming.
It's gonna be great. It's a big event. Warehouse Live, June 21st. Weigh-ins June 20th at Pitch 25. We also have the after party for the event at Pitch 25 as well. So if you're silly enough to not purchase your tickets up front and get to the hottest jiu-jitsu card in Houston, and dare I say, probably of 2019 to start, right, man?
Yeah, get your tickets from the fighters.
Yeah,
if I could say
definitely
that.
support your fighters. And if you don't know any of the fighters, fuck it, become a fan. Go find one.
DM somebody.
Yeah, DM. Now is the perfect opportunity to slide into a semi-famous person's DMs, and it's perfectly acceptable. No one's going to judge you for it.
So we actually announcement. We have a new sponsor. New sponsor is ManFeed Pro and Fit for Her. It is a protein supplement company.
Yeah, wonderful.
I actually have a 30-day pack. I've already been using some of it. It's pretty awesome.
Well, you look fucking good, dude. So I mean, whatever you're on, I'll take a 10th of it because if I get any sexier, then
how you look, it's how you feel when you take it.
Wait,
shit, then I'll need two of them.
Protein?
Yeah, it's protein, but it also has some probiotics in it.
Nice.
So it's like powder protein you put in like in a shaker. Okay,
so one of you lucky guys can get a I got a 30-day pack.
I mean, I'm getting ready to fight on the Third Coast Grappling.
I say,
there you go.
Bertino.
What flavors do they have, Zach?
So they have chocolate and vanilla. So they have two different ones. They have
Ebony and Ivory.
Fit for Her is.
That's the one for Ricky.
For Ricky's.
That's
Ricky's and Morty's. It's a different formula, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's all local. It's all like sourced here.
Nice.
They don't make it or source all the materials in China or any other country. It's all from the U.S.
Oh, that's good to know.
It's free range powder.
One time, the entire University of Utah football team had to take ManFeed Pro, which is the other sponsor, which is for Berto's and
there you go.
Every other awesome person out there.
So I like how you looked around the table and you're like,
not you.
Berto's, yeah.
It's for Berto's.
Look, I fit in one airplane chair. That's my goal. So I mean,
it's for Rick.
Get him where you fit in there. Rick's and Berto's.
And the Fit for Her is for.
Hey, Ricky is in shape, guys. Being round is a shape. Okay?
Ricky, I think you look fucking spectacular, bud.
Then round is a shape, a circle, a spear.
But
if you want to look at
I think Sir Mix-a-Lot. I think Sir
Mix-a-Lot
rapped about Ricky there for a little bit. Was it 36, 24, 36? You look
is that
good,
his locker
bro.
combination?
No, man, that's
shit.
Hey, if you break into my locker,
Ricky's locker now.
Fuck you. Fuck.
So
that's where he keeps his nunchucks.
If you start taking it this week, next podcast, like saying how you feel after.
No, yeah, for sure.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's actually really good. That's why
it's protein, but it's probiotic.
Yeah, it's
meal replacement or something.
They have probiotics.
She's gonna help me poop.
Transfer factor probiotic.
I would like
what does that mean?
I would like a probiotic for my Crohn's. That would be amazing for my gut.
Yeah, maybe this might be it because
there you go. Get some protein shits.
Whenever
love it.
Breastfeed, not you. But
Oliver.
Hey, don't judge me.
Whenever Oliver breastfeeds,
you don't know my personal life.
Whenever Berto breastfeeds.
You look satisfied, asshole.
Thank you.
Comes out, it's called transfer factor.
Okay.
You raise your hand.
They actually utilize
teamwork.
Do they call it transfer factor? Calls itself that, or somebody named transfer factor?
I don't think there's anybody on the planet named Transfer Factor. I don't think that's a real name of someone.
That's a cool name.
So check it out. If you go on the website and you buy, put in the promo code 5Stripe, and you'll get a little bit of discount there.
Nice.
Ooh,
Nice.
There you go.
Discount
$5
on
Stripe.
ManFeed.
Five the number.
For her.
Yeah, five the number.
They have, I think, over 90% of people that have bought it buy another.
Nice.
Man,
Very high return rate.
No, it's good.
that's what you want to see.
It's very delicious. They have vanilla and chocolate. And I've been taking it. I love it. That's why they're our sponsor, because I was like, let's make this happen.
Nice.
And
ManFeed
Pro.
Zach coming through.
Zach, which flavor have you had?
I've had both.
You've had both? Okay. Which one do you prefer? Yeah.
I kept the vanilla, but I actually like the chocolate more.
Yeah.
That's why I'm giving it to you, because I figure if I want other people to like it as much as I do.
There you go. Hey, here's a question. When you make a protein shake, what do you include in that sort of thing?
So
what's your mix?
I'm not a shaker. I'm a
Blender.
Me
too.
But I have a lot of so the problem with the blender is you're constantly cleaning.
That's true.
It's super annoying.
Yeah, you got to clean it every day.
Most blenders, if you screw the bottom part off of the pitcher, that is the exact same. It'll typically fit a mason jar. You can screw it onto a mason jar, then put it on the blender.
Yeah.
And blend it up.
That's nice.
Okay.
So what I do is I put the protein powder, some ice, maybe a banana, and some berries in there.
Okay.
This has chia seeds in it too, whole chia seeds.
Nice.
You don't need to add those.
Yeah, I like that. Any almond milk or anything like that? Any kind of
and
emulsifier?
I'll typically put like either almond milk or coconut milk in it.
Yeah.
Put it on the blender, shake it up, and then now I have my protein shake. I don't have to do any cleanup. I just drink it out of a mason jar.
Little Greek yogurt in there from time to time. No?
And if I'm trying to go like high fat,
Yeah.
you're trying to get those fats in there.
I would put
Water.
cold brew in there.
Cold brew.
I put water.
Yeah, then it's a Gaines latte.
That'd be good with
So-
chocolate.
So
That sounds good. Yeah.
on a vanilla, putting coffee in a vanilla protein shake is really
Well,
good.
but
I've done that
chocolate's.
before.
I think chocolate's better actually, just because.
I don't know.
Just because, like,
This is
I know you don't know.
subjective.
No,
There's
this is-
I
These
say
are
that-
facts.
But
Ricky's
it's got to
spitting.
be the coffee that was left out, so it's a little bit colder now. You utilize that in the like ice and the chocolate, and then you have like a mocha, like a ice mocha.
You should put
Yeah.
some grass fed unsalted butter in that, huh?
Y'all getting too
Be
fucking
delicious.
fancy. Put
Cage-free-
water in
cage-free
the powder
grass.
and shake it and drink it. That's what you're supposed to do.
Back to the basics with Professor Berto.
That's what you should do.
Berto's
No,
like, I
but-
put it in the shaker, then I go to the water
You have one of
fountain.
those balls in your shaker too.
Yeah.
God.
No, but whenever
I have like the screen at the very top of it.
I
that
got
does
2
the
balls
same
in my
thing.
shaker.
Are they also made out of metal?
Oh,
They are.
man.
Nice.
How much protein comes out?
Don't let my jujitsu game fool you.
That's why Austin's
metal
my,
balls.
That's why Austin's my favorite.
Thank you.
wow, dude,
That's kind of you to say. I mean, it's
What?
kind of
Does your wife know that?
it's kind of weird to say that in front
course-
of
of course he
these-
knows it.
the guys.
Well, I mean, worldwide, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be Facebook official at midnight.
DJ Khaled worldwide.
Hell yeah.
We the best music.
That's right.
So,
Sponsored by DJ Khaled.
5 stripe.
Five
Is
stripe.
that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. FIVE.
At the number 5.
There you go.
The number 5.
Thank you.
Austin, I have
That's
a
right.
legal question.
Oh
shit.
man.
Oh goodness.
What'd you do this
Okay.
time, Ricky?
Well, I have.
Real estate.
Is it still
Oh
about
my
your fucking
God.
condo?
Here we go.
There's a lot of legal stuff.
Tell me the question, and then
I'm waiting for everyone to stop
I will
talking.
tell me
on the wall.
the question.
If we keep saying DJ Khaled, or if we keep saying we the best,
Mhm.
could we get a cease and
No,
desist letter?
no, it's
Absolutely not.
parody. It's
Okay.
parody. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Listen,
So we can
all
say
respect
DJ Khaled.
to DJ Khaled.
Okay.
None of us are DJ Khaled.
Yeah, we
And when
love
we're
you.
saying it, we're saying it sarcastically and in jest to make a comedic point, right? And so we fully disassociate ourselves from any person named DJ Khaled or any music that he
Yeah,
allegedly
I don't even know
made.
who the fuck
honestly,
that guy is.
I'm
Yeah.
just trying
Who's
to say
DJ
his,
Khaled?
I'm trying to say his name 3 times.
Also,
Kinda
Khaled
like
is
Candyman, so he
spelled
appears behind us.
Kayleed.
Yeah.
50% of the songs that come out have his name. You've never heard of him?
I never heard of him.
The other
The other 50.
the other ones are all DJ Mustard.
DJ Mustard.
I've heard of DJ Mustard.
Mustard on that beat. Oh,
I didn't hear about DJ Mustard until Austin brought up DJ Mustard,
He's
and
the
now
best. Now you
I
hear it
can't
everywhere.
Not hear
yeah.
DJ Mustard.
Or Mike Will made it. Mike Will made it. That one's popular.
yeah.
Young Money or Young Moolah Baby, right? That's going to be something Lil Wayne, right? You'll hear We the Best Music, right? I like that one a lot.
That's a good one.
Or you might hear The Illest Regardless.
I like that. That
That's us.
is actually
I've heard
my
that a lot.
favorite.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that one.
That's the type of that
It's-
right there is the type of
This
shit
is
that I'd
this
want
is like
to
still that
run
underground
some
shit,
stuff that I
right?
do.
Cutting edge, right out there on the forefront
Yeah.
of music.
I mean, sometimes we get a hold of some of this.
Austin,
stuff.
yeah, how
Rights to release.
like I would ask you how someone would secure the opportunity to use something like that, but I don't think the world's ready for that
You
right now.
just reminded me that I need to start an irregardless Twitter
Copyright?
and Facebook page.
Oh.
Dude, we need to set up a we need to make this happen.
Dude, I've been in so I was in Turks and
you've been in
Caicos.
your honeymoon.
I was in Turks
That's
and
right.
Caicos, but while I was in Turks and Caicos, you know who went to the fish fry that I skipped because I wasn't feeling so hot? Drake.
Oh, what?
So I could have connected with Drake.
Damn,
He was just
son.
there hanging out.
You could
But
have
like instead I was
I thought he
in
was at a Raptors game.
I was in bed watching John Carter of Mars, which is the worst fucking movie that's ever come out.
say that one more time.
John Carter of Mars is the biggest financial flop in movie history. And I was
Man.
watching it and I was like, this movie's real
So you
bad.
were watching the worst movie of all time when you could have been chilling with Drake.
Right. This is called The Power of Good Decision Making.
Isn't Drake bad left though?
I don't know.
Yeah, he kind of. Yeah, he is.
I ain't fucking with him.
Been for the Raptors yet.
He hasn't been for the Raptors yet, but there every time Drake roots
Yeah.
for a team, that team loses, including Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
I feel like there's like a tipping point coming with Drake. Like the Raptors are kind of doing good, and then
I feel like his
Something's
moment in
gonna
the
happen.
sun
He shows
is come
up.
and gone. Drake.
I saw this. He was wearing.
Yeah.
I feel like the Drake era is over.
It's not a me thing.
Climate
Yeah.
River.
Quite.
that's good.
I like it. I like it.
I feel like Ray Srummond is where it's at now, right?
I
And they
don't
say eardrummers, that's their tag.
Yeah.
Eardrummers. Like that. Sound like Bane saying it. Yeah.
One more time.
Eardrummers.
Excellent. Yeah.
What is it? It would be very painful. It's like that.
What does it sound like that?
It's
they say it
it's an
backwards?
earworm, right?
That's a question for them.
Man, I wanted to talk to you guys about earworms because we talk about them all the time, but we've never addressed them by name. So like concrete jungle, where dreams are made of. Right. So this is an earworm because it's wrong, but it's wrong in a way that makes you just kind of like mad, but also it's catchy. And, yeah. Well, so that's what I was going for. I was going for an earworm, but so many people use that word that it's now officially a word. So it doesn't really work.
It's fucking
Like
insane.
I'm going to take my horse to the old town road.
Oh, yeah. Definitely an earworm, right? Are those old Quiznos commercials?
That is the fucking earworm.
Yeah.
The
What is it? It's a like
take your brother home,
something
Ricky.
on my horse. Like it says it's so funny.
Michael Scott
Yeah.
from The Office has a lot of earworms.
Yeah.
He says things like almost right all the time.
Yeah.
Do you have an
There's,
example?
Oh man, let me pull some up.
yeah, there you go. And while he's doing that,
Michael Scott earworms.
Ricky's our fact checker. But the fact
the
check himself.
earworm. Yeah, if you can put out a song with an earworm, you have a good chance of making a lot of money because they get a shit ton of radio play.
Man, speaking of that song, I had to look up what horse tack was because I did not know.
What is horse tack?
Horse tack is all the things that go on the horse. So
Okay.
like saddles,
Saddle.
Yeah, like
stirrups.
like a
all
tactical
that.
That's
horse.
horse tack.
All
Yeah,
that.
you got mole attachments, and you can put your knife and your side piece.
You have
and
mole, like a
Moles.
fake mole on your face, a mole attachment.
That's what it is. You're exactly right.
I don't think do horses have moles?
you can stick a fake mole. on a
Absolutely.
horse.
They do, but wouldn't it be under the hair? How could you see a horse mole?
It's a big mole. Like when a dog
don't-
gets a big mole.
I don't inspect horses. I don't. Do I
well, then
look?
why would you say it has a mole?
Do I look like a veterinarian?
You just,
Yes.
I mean,
Oh,
kind of.
shit.
Are we talking about the
I
ones
have
on
been
Animal
putting off
Planet?
the wrong vibe for a long time then because I don't know shit about animals.
You look like the guys on Animal Planet. You have tattoos.
What the fucking
Hey,
gorilla?
There was one
Tattoos
earworm
and
that
sweater.
Kanye West had in a song.
Which
So he said, "I keep it 300 like the Romans." That's in a song.
The Roman.
But that's not wrong.
Wait,
Oh, yeah, they're Spartans.
Yeah, they were Spartans.
I don't
so they're
know.
Greek, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Greek Spartans.
Hey, that's a good point.
yeah.
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 And you go like, that's not accurate.
Yeah, I remember I heard it and I was like, the
Doesn't-
300s weren't Romans.
Doesn't Rick Ross have one with like Nike and Reebok? He's like something about I just do it
Like Reebok,
or something.
exactly.
He has something like that.
Yeah. You guys are much better at remembering these than me.
How about I'm looking at some Kesha.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
zip your lips like a padlock.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
So do you,
Yeah.
so the question, do you think they're saying these out of irony, or do you think they're like
I think they're done.
when they're
No.
sitting there writing their lyrics, they're like,
No,
Well, the character of
it's-
Michael
fuck
Scott
yeah.
is
Yeah, it's
dumb,
deliberate.
right? So like, here's a Michael Scott one. It says,
Michael
"I say
Scott's not
dance,
dumb.
I say dance." They say how high,
Yeah.
right? So like, that's a
That's
so.
a malapropism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm so 3008. You're so
2000 late. Yeah.
oh, who was it?
Yeah.
That's that like
Hey,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was see.
boom pow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tell him-
Black Eyed Peas post Fergie, no thanks. Black
Tell
Eyed Peas
him-
pre Fergie, yes please.
3008.
You're so 2000 and late. Yeah, that's true.
Tell him to call me ASAP as possible.
Later. Yeah.
Tell him to call me
Yeah, that's
ASAP
true.
as
Late.
possible.
That is
But like late for a trend, right? That's the way that I always interpret it. Is like, like if you're like, yo, I just got some Jordache, and you're like, dude, you're
you got
late.
some lines over
Jabot,
there?
Yeah.
You're
bro.
late. Yeah, you're
Full
extra
Jabos.
late on that.
Fool me once, strike one. Fool me twice, strike three. I like that one. I love inside jokes. I'd love to be a part of one
Someday I'd love to be a part of one. Yeah, I think those are malapropisms.
Okay.
What the
But they're
fuck?
really
What does
good.
it mean?
Malapropism.
Uh-huh.
It's when you take a saying and you say it like the wrong way, right? Like I had a guy.
Purposefully? Does that
No,
does
it's
that matter?
inadvertently, right? Yogi Berra was known for them, but my favorite one is when my friend said, instead of saying like, that's the way the cookie crumbles, he would say, when the cookie crumbles, right? Oh, when the cookie crumbles. And you're like, no, you're not really saying that's the way the cookie crumbles. And you're not saying like them's the breaks. He would just go like, when the cookie
are
crumbles, man. And you're like, you're using that you're all kinds of wrong, man. That's a malapropism.
How about this?
Yeah.
Are we humans or are we dancers?
Yeah. Or are we dancing?
I'm kind of upset that those are my only two choices.
Yeah.
You know, because like
Blame the killer.
Because like deep down, I feel human, but I also want to dance.
You want to be a dancer?
I do.
They have another one. They have
I feel like everybody should.
Somebody told me that you have a boyfriend that looks like a girlfriend that I had in February of last year.
Yeah.
The boyfriend and the girlfriend look alike. So he's dating chicks that look like dudes, or she's dating a dude that looks like a chick. Yeah. It causes you to like sit there and think about it for a while.
She's dating a dude.
Yeah.
And he likes chicks that date dudes, or at least he looks like he dates girls that look like dudes.
That's what I was thinking. Or she dates very feminine men, but that seemed unlikely. Yeah.
Like you're with this guy, like he's a pussy.
Yeah. Great song. Love those guys. Man.
Yeah, your sex is on fire.
Your sex is on.
I don't honestly. If
what is that from?
I feel like
that's a song.
It's Kings of Leon.
I feel like that's more offensive. If anybody ever told me that my sex was on fire, I'd probably get myself checked.
Yeah, I don't know how I would take that.
Yeah, that's when you get that ringworm, right? Yeah,
man,
your sex is on fire. Like my
that's
bad.
the hardest laugh I've had in 2019.
Oh, the ringworm.
Yeah, everybody knows
I
that.
tickled. It was so just weird because
you need to get that laugh.
I believe it.
And synthesize it.
I believe it.
Make a track.
It
out
had
of it.
nothing to do with the question. It was like he just wanted to tell us that one time he gave some chicks.
Well, no, he was telling us that he would not divulge.
He's not gonna,
that type of information.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you guys what I do in the booth.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you any
but I will tell
private
you
things.
Yeah.
I'll tell you I have infected many women.
I will tell you what the results were. I will tell you what happened.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what the play was.
So basically, what we're saying is we should probably go back and listen to that episode.
I have. I've listened to it several times.
Which
it's
episode?
a good one. I don't remember.
We'll have to.
I've listened to a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Right,
I like listening.
He's listened to
them.
at least 14 of them.
On a Drake song, he said, "I'm the type that have a bulletproof condom and still got to pull out but that's just me. I ain't perfect."
This is great.
That
it's very useful to know about.
Where do
that,
you get bulletproof condoms? Is that like government? That sounds like government issued condoms.
No, but he says no. I think that's the edited version. But I still gotta. I think he says, but I still gotta pull out.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah. I'm the type to have a bulletproof condom and I still got to pull out, but that's just me. I ain't perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Zach definitely mentioned the pull out.
Pull out. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
His internal conception of what perfect behavior looks like is really odd and strange to me. I'd like to have a conversation with him about it.
Yeah, he's like, gentlemen, stay in there.
Big Sean, if you're out there and you want to come on the podcast and talk about why either not wearing bulletproof condoms, why wearing bulletproof condoms is imperfect, or why pulling out with a condom is imperfect. I have so many questions about
Also
this.
bring one of the condoms because that will answer a couple of my questions.
Yeah, like where'd you get it?
Yeah,
right?
What's it made of?
Yeah, I think the government would be interested in what a bulletproof condom.
Nobody would be selling these if it wasn't like a relatively high margin product. And so they would like the free advertising.
I'm
the manufacturer.
Yeah. I'm big into carbon fiber and carbon Kevlar, so I'd like to see this. It's
cool technology.
It is. It's
Spider
great.
silk, man.
It's good.
Cool tech. Oh my God. It's like 20 times stronger than steel or some number.
I just saw Into the Spider-Verse.
How was it?
It was
Miles Morales. Super good.
It was probably my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Well, that's easy to do.
Not only that, but I'm also partial to John Mulaney as
dude. It was John Mulaney plays Spider Pig.
Is
Peter Porker?
Yeah, Peter
he's
Porker.
a pig from The Simpsons.
Yeah. No. Peter Porker. He's part of the Spider Universe.
He's kind of like he's animated similar to like Warner Brothers type style.
Okay.
Yeah, and like what I think is hilarious that his eyes match like the white nostril marks on his mask. So when his eyes squint, his nostrils.
Oh, that's pretty fun. Oh, that's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun. But dude,
it's my favorite Spider-Man movie.
It is such a good Spider-Man.
Okay, I'll check it out.
You know what my beef was with it though?
What? What's your beef?
It's not anything to do with the cartoon itself, but the cartoon looks so realistic that when unrealistic things happen, like cartoon things,
it threw you off.
It threw me off. Yeah, like when they would slam up, and I'd be like, that person would be dead.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of it as if it was like a movie because it looks so realistic, but it's really a cartoon. So it was messing me up.
Which is different because whenever I watched the movie with
like
Tobey Maguire, when he slammed into something, I was like, fuck, I wish he was dead.
Did he die? No, shit, this is going to keep going.
Yeah.
God damn it.
This isn't a spoiler, but when they get dragged by that train.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool scene.
But that's like very cartoon stuff happens.
Yeah, it's cartoonish.
But it looks so real that
I like the graffiti-ish elements to it, where it kind of where it kind of like shocks, and it kind of like, you know, like you see these weird animated lines come off, and I like that there's little animated cues also, just in the regular movie, like a character will make a face and there'll be a little line, you know.
Oh, nice.
So that stuff looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if you even remotely like Spider-Man, or dude,
or if you got a way to stream movies, just download it.
It's
free. All right.
LimeWire.
Look,
I can LimeWire that shit.
I just watched
that thing still run. Those servers still run
on the plane. I watched.
Don't want to give anybody's computer AIDS.
Was it good?
Yeah, Aquaman. You hated it? I really liked.
I haven't seen it.
It was very tongue in cheek.
DC hasn't.
He
put
did not
anything
take
out that's really
the character seriously at all.
No,
he was like he was joking about how shitty Aquaman is the whole time.
Yeah,
they're like, "Are you some kind of fish boy?" And he was like, first of all, it's Fishman.
Fishman.
Like, it's just like
it's
very
like Zoolander. Merman.
Yeah. He's wonderful.
I wish it was a better movie.
Yeah.
It's like when you see someone that you like and do something bad.
It's not the MCU, right? They haven't world built like Marvel did. And so, you know, it's like Deep Impact versus Armageddon.
There's a video essay out there explaining from a film student who explains the difference between Marvel and DC. Yeah, it's a pretty good watch. It's called Nerd Writer 1.
Okay,
right.
I'd like to read it.
He does a bunch of like understanding art clips. Like he did a video essay called Epidemic of Passable Movies, which I guess are like all the time, you know. And, he does a bunch of like painting, literature, and all sorts.
That sounds very interesting.
It's super cool. I nerd out on YouTube. Yeah. Like it's kind of weird. Like I watch TED videos.
Have you seen Citizen Kane? Have you watched it?
No, I have not seen Citizen Kane.
I would watch it. No. Here's why. It's not a good movie. Right? You didn't grow up watching movies like this. It's not a good movie. It's the best movie of all time. Here's why. You watch it and you go like, oh, that's kind of an interesting camera angle. I've seen that. Or like, oh, that's really kind of an interesting like story device where they do a tale within a tale. Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Is like every device in the movie is the first time they ever used that device.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and
George Orwell,
he was an auteur, man. He was a genius.
He spent years.
Yeah, like a lot of years, and so when you have a feature in the movie that you go like, this is a very well-worn movie trope. I've seen this in 20 movies. You can be assured that it was never in a movie before Citizen Kane, which is really cool.
Thank you.
I recently watched Pan's Labyrinth for the first time.
Okay.
Has anyone seen that?
Yeah,
yes.
That's
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, that's that guy that does Hellboy.
Yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah.
Dude, but that creature that had the eyes for hands, like he was a creepy
pretty
dude.
Freaky.
Yeah.
Pretty freaky.
Yeah.
He's Guillermo del Toro is good at having like the
creepy
costume.
Stuff,
the mise en scène, right?
Yes.
When you look at the worlds in the sets that he builds and this sort of thing, you feel like you're like in a grimy sewer with a bunch of fucking real monsters.
So I've never seen this movie. What does he have a power when it comes to those things in his eyes?
He just has an awkward time masturbating.
Like I've seen. Oh, that'd be a real awkward time.
Man.
It's pink eye a lot.
No, but I've seen pictures of this thing. I've never watched Pan's Labyrinth. What does it do?
So I'll spoil the movie because it's like
spoiler alert.
That movie's
like a decade
itself,
old,
bro.
Yeah, it's a decade old.
So it's very fairy tale-ish, and so the girl has to complete 3 tasks. The second task involves the guy with the eyes for palms. And she has to go in and I forget exactly what it is. She has to like get something from the room that he's in. And there's a large feast and she's told not to touch it, like not to eat it. Right. Very, very biblical there. Right. Like don't eat the fruit. She actually eats fruit too. Right. But on her way out, like
what is it with women and fruit?
Look, she gets everything. Right. She mission accomplished. She just has to leave the room. And as she's leaving the room, she eats a grape. When she eats a grape, the guy wakes up. So he's at the table and there's a plate of eyeballs in front of him. And when he wakes up, he puts them in his hands and starts to like, he eats some of the fairies that are like assisting her. And she's trying to escape the room. And she does.
Okay.
So
that's scary.
It's pretty cool too. She has a piece of chalk where she could just draw a opening anywhere.
Yeah.
And
like portal.
Yeah.
Like in Roger Rabbit, where you like take a hole out of a box and you throw it on the ground.
Good movie,
that was awesome.
That was
Roger
a
Rabbit's awesome.
weird movie though.
Roger Rabbit's a really strange movie.
You remember me?
Bowie.
Yeah.
Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah,
That's her,
yeah.
man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sorry,
There's
I love
a
Jennifer
unicorn.
Connelly.
There's like a unicorn in that movie. And then after that, unicorns
nice.
were huge. Lisa Frank and all that.
Yeah, people were buying them left and right, man. It was like puppy trends, man. It was horrible.
There's also a legend.
Legend
With
Tom Cruise.
Tommy Cruise.
Yeah,
Tommy Cruise, yeah.
And the big devil
thing with the horns.
guy.
Yeah.
Was that Legend or Labyrinth?
No, that was Legend.
Okay, Legend. So
Yeah,
there's a
Labyrinth with the little
Man.
Fraggle Rock looking guys.
So there's this really awesome song called "Is Your Love Strong Enough" from the soundtrack of the movie Legend, and it's got it has this really rad guitar solo, and it's David Gilmour from Pink Floyd.
Yeah,
and so you're like listening to it, and you're like, oh man, this guitar sounds so awesome. I know this isn't Pink Floyd. It's like Brian Ferry, but this guy, and then you go look and you're like, oh shit, it is the Pink Floyd guitar. He's got a sound that's instantly recognized.
Dude, I have been jamming the fuck out of like 80s like montage soundtracks lately, dude.
You gotta listen to Is Your Love Strong Enough?
Shut up, I'm old, man. It's called nostalgia.
No, because Ricky always goes to pop. There's so much other great 80s
Is Your
music
Love Strong
aside
Enough?
from pop.
Actually, pop is popular music. So
it's the gayest.
Is Your Love Strong Enough by Brian Ferry and David Gilmour. It's
Check it out,
must
guys.
listen.
Check it out.
It's a must listen. Oh, so good.
Pretty much anything off the Rad soundtrack I've been jamming the fuck out
Oh,
of.
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Thunder in Your Heart,
Yeah.
Break the Ice.
Yeah.
you know,
I feel like whatever I'm doing with my day, even if it's like I'm washing, I'm going to do it like vigorously with purpose.
You should, man.
Yeah.
This-
So
you
good.
should live with purpose.
I do.
I didn't realize this as a kid, but Phil Collins did all of the Tarzan soundtrack.
Will you be?
Oh, yeah.
in
That's
my
so
heart?
awesome. That is
Yeah.
so badass. He's an 80s thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
70s.
He's an 80s.
70s.
He's been around. He's been around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an 80s thing.
Because he was with Genesis.
Yeah.
Genesis, yeah. You know who was in Genesis before Phil Collins?
Peter Gabriel.
Peter
wasn't it?
Gabriel.
PDG.
Yeah. Mr. Sledgehammer himself,
right.
Peter Gabriel. Yeah. Oh, God.
Y'all are
That was,
old.
that was a weird video.
Yeah.
We're not old. We're wise.
Peter
motherfucker.
Gabriel-
You'll learn shit too.
Peter Gabriel did that song from the Say Anything soundtrack where you see John Cusack holding the boombox over his head, trying to get the girl to love him. That's a
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel song called In Your Eyes. Great song. Oh, man.
That came on during wrestling.
Yeah, terrific song. The light, the heat in your eyes. Great song.
That is a good
Oh,
song.
man. Yeah.
God, I love the 80s.
Yeah, the 90s were really good too, though, man. It was a time of great prosperity and unity in our nation. You know, racism was over in the 90s for the most part.
Well,
It felt like it.
but that's when we had like American History X.
Yeah.
And,
It's because In Living Color was on television.
Higher
That really
Learning
did a
and
lot
shit.
to heal racial wounds.
it did.
It did, man, because it was hilarious and they didn't leave anybody untouched. They made fun of everybody, and it was like the Wayans.
It sparked the Wayans brothers,
Yeah,
man.
and they
or the Wayans family.
they-
Fuck that.
they're like
There's tons of them.
history will remember the Wayans.
They're
fondly.
like the Gracies of comedy of the 90s.
They're so good, man, and like they had a very diverse cast, and the cast did very diverse skits, and
J-Lo,
they made fun of
J-Lo
everybody's
was one of
culture. I love
the
it.
fly girls.
Jim Carrey,
Jim Carrey was
Yeah.
in there. J-Lo
Tommy
was in there.
Davidson.
J-Lo was a fly girl. Tommy Davidson.
David Allen Greer,
Oh,
right? Yeah,
Remember the
Academy Award winner, Jamie
Fire
Foxx.
Marshal
Yeah,
Bill.
Fire Marshal Bill,
Fire Marshal Bill.
Well, and he did that trans woman bodybuilder.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
The one
with the tiny little
pigtails
bikini. Yeah,
and the pigtails.
yeah, and he was like, "I'm Venus, the bodybuilder."
That was
It
always,
so
dude. He
good,
had some great.
I'm telling you, man. Look,
characters on that show.
in Living Color, it was the beginning of the end of racism in this country.
Man.
It was, and like shit got really shitty. afterwards.
Always talk about how much of a monster he was. Like he was like a comedian screaming.
Yeah, he's
Just
hilarious.
Kill it everywhere.
Great
he goes.
impressions. Arsenio Hall, he would do a great Arsenio Hall impression, man.
Cool.
Yeah, terrific guy.
Man, I'm
Love
about
that
to-
show.
I'm about to go and watch
Living
some of
Color?
it, I think.
No,
It's good.
don't do it.
Don't do it.
No, because
it didn't age
does-
well. It didn't age
it
well.
doesn't age well.
Oh man.
Yeah, it doesn't age well, right? It's like going back and watching Gleaning the Cube or
Gleaming the Cube, or
yeah,
or also known as A Brother's Vengeance
Yeah.
in European markets.
It's not.
So,
It's like a
Christian
magical
Slater.
movie from when you were a child, and then you watch it now, and you're like,
Okay, so
this is a very poorly made film.
real talk. I watched it about a week ago. Yeah.
We did this with the first Star Wars before we went to go see Rogue One. We went over to Andy's house.
1 or 4.
Number 4.
Okay.
We went and watched number 4, but we watched it on HD on a giant television.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you can really see that like a lot of the animated puppets are like a movie theater trash can with like a bunch of keypads glued onto it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh fuck. Like this was so magical. And like you can tell like the first one they had to get it done on a budget.
Times were simpler.
They really had to get it done on a budget.
Man, all those shots of the moon are done to scale.
Yeah.
Like those are really small pieces that they're like moving cameras through and over.
Yeah.
That's really interesting that they just made it work like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like they made a Death Star that was like this big and they like would like drop a camera. And,
it's weird. Like the whole special effects, I guess, it's transitioned so much because it used to be scale models making, put small pyrotechnics, a big scale to show things blowing up. Now it's, do you have a computer degree?
It's virtually indistinguishable from reality.
It's virtually until you start seeing someone tumble, then you're like, that's not real.
Man, when Obi-Wan was fighting Darth Vader, like in episode 4, it was just very like
it was such a chill fight.
Well, the first time you watch that movie, that's such an exciting fight.
Yeah,
and then you get spoiled
first time you see lightsabers.
You get spoiled by like all the theatrics of even the one that's what's episode 1. Yeah, that's considered to be like the worst one.
Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn fighting Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
Oh, yeah.
So Darth Maul, the actor that plays Darth Maul, is like he's a stuntman also.
Yeah,
he played
he was Toad.
He played Toad in the first X-Men.
Ray Parker.
Yeah, and he's like a pretty well-known martial art.
Yeah.
Didn't he play? Wasn't he in like the the original Ninja Turtles as well? I thought.
I don't know, dude. But you're spoiled by these fight scenes that are they have such skilled and talented people doing them and choreographed moves, and then you go back to see it in the 70s, and they're just like.
Yeah, one of the things I really enjoyed doing was watching people play the Zelda games on YouTube. Right, I don't have the time to go and figure out this puzzle.
The new one or the
new
old
one?
Okay.
The new one, right? So this guy, he played all 120 hours on it, and I watched like an hour a day, and it's long. But the thing is it was his 5th time through the game. So the first time he made it through the game, it was like 1,200 hours, right? And so he got to where he could play it through pretty quick. And it was very interesting to watch him play because he didn't miss anything, and he would tell you about the game as he was playing it. And if you remember this part 3 episodes ago, and now we're going to complete this thing or whatever. But so this guy who's like awesome at this game, by popular request, was like, okay, I'm going to go back and play the first Zelda, right? And he was like, I'm sorry, but this game fucking sucks. This game is shitty. It's not fun. Like, this is tedious. The graphics are garbage. The quests are extremely childish. And first of all, the people came out with knives because like people like myself, I'm like, all right, motherfucker, but that shit didn't exist. Yeah. And it's like the Citizen Kane thing, right? It's like this game had so many things that no other game had put together. It was so cool at the time. But it was fun to watch him play because he's like a young kid. He's like 16 or whatever. And he was like, I could never play this fucking garbage, And I'm like, shut up and play the fucking game and like try to have a good time, man. So these things have come a long way, man.
My mom would not let me, or she would get mad if she was in the room whenever my brother was playing Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay.
Because the graphics were so violent.
Yeah.
But like you go back and you're like whenever someone gets their head cut off, it looks like it's the same as like a Lego.
Well, yeah.
It's
how old are you?
25.
Shut the fuck up. You can't appreciate the transitions of 8-bit video games to.
Have you seen the new Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Is it 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really come along.
I watched somebody play it on YouTube. Man.
Hell yeah! Well, that's the best way to do it.
I don't know whether I should get it on the Switch.
I want to get it on the Switch.
You should get on the PlayStation. You'll get better experience.
Don't both buy the same. You get one and you get the other one. So
well, no, if they get the same thing, then they can duel each other.
I only have the Switch.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, you only have the Switch?
Yeah.
Well, step up your fucking game.
Yeah.
Your game.
My game.
Game squared.
Yeah.
There you go.
Game times game.
What are we at? How much time we have right now? What are we? An hour in. Okay. I think it's a good time for
you wanna do beers?
Hold on, let's see everybody's beer level. I got some.
I'm also gonna refill my beer.
Yeah, well, we're about to do beers with Berto.
Go get the little glasses.
Okay, I'll get the little glasses. and I'll get me a.
It's perfect because it'll be just a flight, so it'll fit in the thing.
Excellent, Ricky. Well, why don't you go fucking do that? And while you're gone, we'll do Ricky's Monster Manual.
Oliver, I'll be right back.
How about
I promise.
While Mustache Ricky is doing that, I'll give everybody the update on Mustache Ricky's.
All right.
Oh shit!
From the
is it gonna be
perspective.
Mustache Ricky's rides and pizza?
No,
it could
be. That's not a bad idea. I'm afraid of no. Hey, not on the mic.
No, let's start small and grow into it. How about that?
So we've gotten the inaugural plans for the commercial kitchen.
Okay,
it's going to be next door. This is very exciting.
Next door to Saloon Door Brewing. Thank you, Saloon Door Brewing here in Webster, Texas.
The next door unit, which will then be incorporated into Saloon Door OG. So we're going to get a commercial kitchen. We're still trying to figure out what ovens we're going to get, but
I'd suggest hot ones.
That's very helpful. Thank you.
Well,
you're always looking out for me with the best information.
If you keep your standards low, I come through every time.
I'm excited about the new podcast studio.
Yeah.
Yes, as am I.
Yeah, next door in the kitchen.
Hold up,
right.
In the AC.
In the AC.
Yeah, we're doing okay tonight, but I think come July,
you don't like this
absolutely
open
rope it off
air
and do it.
Dude,
podcast.
See, you would think so because I could lose 20 pounds, but joke's on you, I'll gain 20 pounds. So.
I've got to cut.
Stop being so pasty and British.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to found your fucking country.
Oh,
you didn't.
Wait, El Salvador? I think that was Spain.
You didn't.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think it.
But you're
was
American, so he got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
America.
Hey, let's just have a beer and say fuck it. How about that, buddy?
Hey, cheers.
Yeah, there you go.
Sláinte.
Oh shit! You know what? I would go fuck myself, but I'm a selfish lover. I don't even let myself finish
So this
when I
is
do
an
it.
interesting question. How much do you know about the history of El Salvador?
Me?
Yeah.
Fucking none.
He knows that L.
I was
L
curious
means
who
the.
founded it. If it was the Spanish or if it was like it's probably the Spanish.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have a pretty strong inkling it is.
Yeah, like
Spanish
Cortez,
because
maybe.
the
What do you speak there?
currency the
Spanish.
currency for El Salvador for a long time. Now they use the American dollar.
Yeah.
But for a long time it was called Colón.
Okay.
After Cristobal Columbus.
Oh, no shit.
Christopher Columbus. Cristobal Columbus.
Oh, yeah.
So so his face was on a lot of our
Weird.
Yeah.
He was like your queen.
He's
Kinda
not.
Yeah, he's like our
England.
queen.
That's cool.
But with a penis.
That is a very gray area individual. For
Hey,
me.
it's 2019.
It's weird
Those
too.
are
And
very
what's
prevalent.
also weird is that El Salvador is on like the other side, so it means it's on the Pacific side, which Christopher Columbus
came through the Atlantic.
Came through the Atlantic.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that the country that's like on the other side and very small, like has. His
I didn't think
currency.
he ever went to Central America. I could be wrong on that. I thought that was Hernan Cortez that went to Central America.
I have no idea.
Another very gray area guy. Right?
El Salvador is curious because it is such a small country surrounded by very large countries, which makes you think like, why wasn't this territory just annexed by the next three biggest countries and just like, this is ours?
Probably because they're good at fighting.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's usually the way of it, right?
That might be a thing.
Yeah, it's like
But it's just interesting.
Usually when you have a small country that's managed to remain independent, at some point or another, they showed like don't play.
Either that or they're rich.
Yeah. So Liechtenstein or Luxembourg. There was a guy in Turks and Caicos that was from Luxembourg, and I talked to him for a while.
Jesus Christ.
He was extremely wealthy.
What was he doing with his life besides whatever he wants?
He was hanging out with two extremely young, extremely attractive Germans.
Oh, yeah?
Females.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like Hans and who?
Yeah. Hans and Franz.
Hans and Franz. We're here to pump you up.
Oh, we're here to pump you up. Yeah. So I had a nice time.
That's good, man.
I thought that it was interesting driving on the other side of the road, but with a car with the steering wheel on the same side as us.
That's kind of awkward.
It puts you right on the curb, which is nice.
Yeah.
When you hop out,
how were
you're
those
on the
right
curb.
turns, though? You okay?
I didn't drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we took shuttles everywhere.
That was always whenever I went back to England, because they're right hand drive opposite side of the road too. It was always, you would figure it's the same setup, it's the same dynamic and everything, but it's always, there's always like a 8-inch fuck up that you play in.
Cars are coming from another way, so when you're usually looking like one way, you got to look the other way.
I know I had to train my lazy eye to be active, and then the active one to be lazy. Just like focus on that side.
See that way they look dark all the time?
Well, no. So what I did is I used one of Ricky's YouTube videos to train my eye color, but I found one that you could retrain your lazy eyes.
Let me see.
So, what, my lazy eyes?
No, just your eye color.
No, my eye color is good, but here's my lazy eyes. Watch.
How many circles do you have?
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
See?
Yeah.
It works good. Shout out to YouTube. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
You look, you're crying because you're sweating so much.
Bro, it's hot in here, man. You fucking shaved your head. You're working out. You were flexing at that last picture, man. I keep looking at that.
Dude,
I'm not even
ripped,
watching the live stream. I'm looking at the picture that we posted last time. Fuck, dude.
Ripped.
Dude, you're ripped like a fart, man.
It's called kangaroo flex.
Kangaroo flex. God damn, that's called turning motherfuckers gay.
Are you still doing those?
That's still a kangaroo flex.
You still doing those burpees like after class?
He almost did a burpee on the mic a minute ago.
Yeah. I'm gonna start doing those.
And you do that like after class?
After a training session. Yeah. I haven't started doing those again, but I will start.
I'm gonna get in on that.
Yeah, that's all it is.
What I
just
always
training
do
them to do burpees.
Yeah.
At the end of every training session, regardless of how hard, once I'm getting close to a competition, I'll do 60 burpees. I'll do them in sets of 20 with a 30-second break in between. Yeah. So I get 2 30-second breaks.
That's so gnarly.
Yeah.
Man, that's
super gnarly.
Professor Breezy. That was Professor Breezy starting that. I remember one time when I was a blue belt, I had a date at 9:15 and class ended at 9. And I was
with Jessica?
No.
Oh.
But
you better hope she's not up front listening to this.
She's not.
Oh, okay.
But
it's being broadcast on the display.
He goes, that's why I went to go get the beers to double check before I told the story.
No, but I remember
shout out Jessica.
The class ended at 9 and Professor Brandon was like, all right, guys, we're going to do some burpees at the end. If y'all want to stay and do some extra, all right, we'll probably be like 10, 15 minutes.
Who wants to stay and do extra burpees?
I was like, Professor, I got to go. I was 18. I was a blue belt. I got to go. And he goes, why? And I said, I have a date at 9:15 and it's 9. And he was like, you'll be fine. He's like, just do the burpees. He's like, it doesn't matter if you're late. I'm like, it doesn't matter if I'm late.
Matter.
This is like a first date too. So I'm trying to really like, I don't know,
impress this girl. That's not your current
at least
girlfriend.
show up on time.
At least show up on time. Yeah. Thanks.
We all know the end of the story.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
But whenever I told him that, he was just like, nope. Nope, you're not leaving.
So basically what you're saying is you canceled your date with subject X to have a date with Professor Brandon.
Yeah. Well, I didn't cancel it. I postponed it.
Oh, okay.
Look, he gave you the out and then you asked for the out.
No, he didn't give me the out.
Because you can stay if you want.
No, he told the class that. But when I just started to leave, he was like, yeah, he was like, why are you leaving?
I thought you initiated the
hey, I'm leaving. No, I started leaving, and he goes, where are you going?
Creeping out the door.
He goes, where are you going? I was like, oh, I have a date. I thought he'd be cool. 18-year-old me thought Professor Brandon would be like, oh, hell yeah, bro.
Don't fuck that bitch.
But he was very much the opposite. He was very much like,
I don't think I've ever heard him say that.
You're gonna
unless
stay.
He was talking about messing up a white belt.
I don't think he said that either.
Many times.
Yeah, like 3 times at least.
You should have told him when he said, no, you got to leave. He was with Professor Brandon. I have a date with Destiny.
Oh, shit.
He,
it's a stripper.
Her name's Destiny.
She wears a lot of glitter.
Yeah.
And the place was 20 minutes away from the gym, so I was already going to be a little late.
Where was the date?
It was, I think it was TGI Fridays on
right next to Fuquay.
That sounds like a lovely date if you would have attended it.
No, it sounds like she was already out. It's 1 foot out the door. TGI Fridays?
Like,
yeah. Okay,
I'm 18.
Look, you
18-year-olds don't go to
buy me some cheese sticks, bro.
Yard House and stuff like that.
He's like, I love that sweet tea at Yard House.
So it's so
right off the tap.
Them free refills is hard.
Where they go.
Oh, there you go.
The
18-year-olds that go to Saloon door.
Yeah.
Pork nachos and trivia, bro. What are you, some kind of delinquent?
No, they go to Twin Peaks and have
or Saloon door.
What Austin said?
What are
about
they
the
getting
nachos?
at Saloon?
Uncontrollably.
The uncontrollably something nachos. See,
nice.
You basically get gifts.
Hey, Saloon door does sell soda too.
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or is it? No, me. They have
their artisan root beer.
High chairs.
And their kombucha.
Yeah, they do have kombucha. The boosh.
The boosh. I mean, it is the booch.
The boochy booch.
He's not bad. He's not too far off.
And the booch is good.
Does he sound Russian as well?
Yeah. Is his name?
His Russian.
Your son is Russian.
Is his middle name Nikolaj? Nicolaj. Maybe.
Man, when I was 21 and going to bars and stuff, sometimes before they would even ask to check the ID, they would just say, "Are you 21?" Or they'd say, "Are you above 21?" And I'd say, "I'm 21." Even if I was like 23, just because I was still afraid of like that question, I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm 21." That happened at a corner store one time. The guy was like, "Are you 21?" And I was like, yeah. I'm 24, actually.
Are you 21? I was for a year, but I was like, fuck that. I'm going to move on. Yeah, no, that's good, Ricky. So how old are you today? 21?
25.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I am 21. I get kind of flattered now when people ask me for my fucking ID.
Well, yeah, you look 47, bro.
Yeah, at least I don't look like a raccoon.
Hey, you know
fat
what?
raccoon.
Hey.
With sunglasses.
So
you don't have to say fat raccoon. All raccoons are fat.
No, they're not. Hey, that's discriminatory, man.
Yo,
there's got to be some raccoons. There's got to be some in shape raccoons.
I heard the raccoons that are like in New York and stuff. Them things are huge. I hear dogs like
scared of them.
Some like small dogs.
They can outbench a dog.
Yeah.
What about squats?
Hey, whoever you heard that
leg
from,
press.
Didn't live in Texas because everything's bigger.
Everything.
Dude, I heard them raccoons.
I mean, raccoons were bitches. They're little bitches.
Like not New York City, like in the
fucking
in the countryside
raccoons.
of New York. The countryside of New York, I heard these
50 miles north of New York City.
Oh yeah.
Some raccoons.
They're big, right? Like
that was raccoon country back there. Yeah,
like a raccoon pelt.
People think the city's rough up there, huh?
No,
A
they
pelt.
would be probably a little bit bigger because it's colder, so they need more surface area to distribute the.
Yeah, the ones down here are lean and
just
mean.
like deer are bigger in Colorado than they are here because they have to have more surface area of the body to keep themselves warm.
Shut up, Zach. You're making that shit up right now. You're making that shit up.
There's a reason why the colder it gets, the animal will get larger.
So I keep my AC on 68 so I can justify this.
Think of a big burly man. Would he be sweating like a beast right now, or compared to like a thin?
I don't know. Let's look at Oliver.
Thank you, Zach, for referring me to a big burly man. I think you are the first person in the history of life to ever call me burly.
All right,
Austin's it took me 32 years to fuck this beard up.
Whoa, what the fuck is this?
That's the purple beer.
It's better than a twink, I guess.
Oh shit! What kind of beer is that?
That's the hazy.
Hey,
which one?
It's
Double Dock or
no,
So 5?
So 5. Yeah.
So 5.
Quick,
Ooh shit!
Try it.
We were down in me and my wife were down at 6th Street this weekend. We were at Rainy Street.
What is that?
Downtown
Is that
Boston.
cough syrup?
Rainy Street's badass, dude.
That's also the hazy. He dyed it green.
Graduation.
He's celebrating.
I didn't mean to dye
So
June 27th
everybody
early.
was super young there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was making my wife feel very subconscious. And we go to this bar, and they're very strict on checking IDs. And she walks up, and she's going through her purse to try to find her ID. And the security guy goes, "Just go."
Oh no!
And that,
Oh no!
That hurt her.
That's always a good feeling,
Dude, yeah, Rainy Street is full of like frat dudes and frat chicks. Yeah.
frat chicks.
Frat chicks.
Yeah, they're called sororities when it's
It
girls.
was like a couple of houses, and now it's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. They have a restaurant there. It's a hot dog place called Bangers, and I think they say if you get a tattoo with their sign, you can eat there for free.
As long as the business lasts.
So basically, a lifetime tattoo gets you free wiener. Sign me up. I'm going to be honest with you. Sign me up. I had a hot dog today, and it wasn't the worst thing I've ever had.
I haven't had a hot dog in a long time, man. They're really good, though.
You should come over. We can have hot dogs.
I have a hot dog.
Oh, you got a purple beer too, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So let's. We're moving in here to beers with Birdo. What are we drinking to?
Is that
tonight,
Dogfish Head?
Birdo?
It is Dogfish Head.
Oh my goodness.
You know where Dogfish Head is out of off the top
It's
of your head?
Virginia, I think.
I think they
Or
are
North
Virginia.
Carolina or
Googling it
something.
right now.
What's DE?
Fact check,
Delaware?
Ricky. Fact check, Ricky.
Delaware.
Fact check,
Delaware?
Ricky.
I think it's Delaware.
Brum, 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 brum.
DJ Khaled.
Dogfish Head is out of Milton, Delaware.
Delaware.
Same thing.
Yeah, they just sold out, right?
That's like just extremely North Virginia.
Didn't they just? Yeah, I think Dogfish Head just not to Big Beer. I don't want to disparage anybody. I think they sold out to another small brewery. or
Did they?
sold a big part of their ownership. Yeah.
Okay.
There was a story about it. There was a lot of people that were upset because in the United States, nobody wants you to leverage your business into cash. They want you to keep working until you die.
I'll take this one, Berto. Thanks, man.
Those Carbot guys made like 100 million and people are mad about it. And I'm like, you guys did amazing. Good job.
Oh, Carbot.
Go to Austin. They'll tell you not to get Tito's because they outsource now.
Yeah. You got to get Dripping Springs vodka because Tito's is persona non grata.
You know what I drank when I went to LA? Tito's.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to hear about this shit?
Absolutely. Well, no, I want to hear about the beer.
So
start there.
My bowel movements were extremely pleasurable.
Nice. Oh, good.
We don't want to get into this conversation.
Okay, no. So the beer. Yeah, the beer. The beer is called Super 8, and then it says Super Goes. And what attracted me to it, not only do I like Gozes, but
for our non-informed, what's a Goes out there?
A Goes is a beer that's typically brewed with coriander and sea salt.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yum.
It's an ale.
Ricky, fact check.
He could fact check. He's over there twirling his beard. I mean his mustache. Sorry.
Fact check.
The animation on this can is actually pretty cool. It almost looks like a Rick and Morty type of animation.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it is a Goes. So it says our sessionable Goes brewed with a bevy of heroic fruits and quinoa, pours a deep, vibrant red with an ample addition of Hawaiian sea salt.
It's brewed with quinoa.
It sounds healthy.
It says.
Is there kale in there?
Oh my god.
Is it free range?
So you guys
quinoa?
try it out. So what do you think?
Quinoa.
I haven't heard of that. I've never heard of a beer being brewed with quinoa before, but I'm
prickly
intrigued.
pear, mango, boysenberry,
Ooh, that hits you right here.
blackberry,
right in the
raspberry,
right in the back of that
elderberry, and kiwi.
I like it.
Joseph's
This thing is good.
and toasted quinoa.
I'm gonna go get some more.
Oh my goodness.
That is a Goes. That's not bad at all, man.
Yeah, it's a tasty beer. Thank you very much.
Or a Goesy if you're silly.
Yeah.
If you're silly
And it's 5.3%, so it's
Sessionable.
sessionable, but not like a lot of Goes are in the 4%. Sometimes
That's my favorite thing about them. Is that you can have a bunch of them.
Absolutely.
Like you mow the yard,
Keep that tab open, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's how
a beer to me is not good unless I can drink 12 of them and still drive home.
See, that's why you're my favorite,
That's
Austin.
high standard.
Yeah.
That's why you're my favorite.
Yeah.
O'Doul's, man. Like, honestly, I've killed like 24 of those.
I drank a couple of those at my grandfather's house the other night because that's all they had in the fridge. And I was like, well, I want a beer.
Isn't it the non-alcoholic?
It's not.
beer?
So your
It's
grandpa likes to party.
It's like kombucha, right? It's like 0.5%.
Yeah, it's not even. It's like kombucha that tastes like dog shit.
Okay. Dog shit.
Booch.
That makes me think of Step Brothers where he has to eat the white dog shit.
Eat the white dog shit.
Reminds me of I got an Anchorman when he eats the dog.
I got a belly full of white dog shit, and you gonna lay this on me?
She's like, maybe you guys just take a different way home next time. Terrific. Terrific.
Are we going to talk about jiu-jitsu at all tonight?
That's a good question.
No, we don't have to. That's the beauty of this podcast.
I've been out of jiu-jitsu since I left the kids no gi. That was the last class that I went to.
You're beating the kids at the no gi?
I was, yeah. Straighten them out.
Shout out. That's why I help out with
Scared
the kids
straight.
class.
And so this is the longest break that I've ever taken from jiu-jitsu since I started training jiu-jitsu.
Well, get back into it, man.
I'm going to go tomorrow. I'm going to train.
I'm going tomorrow.
I'm pretty excited.
I went Saturday.
I'm hoping that I got better while I was out.
I think you did.
Thanks.
We should get together. We'll do some drilling.
Yeah, I'd like that.
A lot of the times, whenever you take a little, like a short amount of time off, your body kind of gets to readjust, reset,
congeals a little.
Your small little, like everything, the little things that are hurting, heal up.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit of your timing back.
This is my hope. This is my hope.
It can also help your mental game.
Yeah.
I've been having struggles with that recently, and
I think it resets.
I took some time off. It does, man.
Game.
I've been thinking about that.
As long as it's not like too long.
No. I've done about 3 or 4 classes in like 2 weeks, which a little less than I typically do, but it was enough to help hopefully give me a reset.
If you take if you take 2 or 3 days off,
lower your standards.
You come back in kind of with a fresh mind. You're still in shape.
Yeah.
Right. It's pretty.
I just took 11 days off.
Yeah, but you also had fun on those 11 days, and you got to celebrate something magical.
So this is the only honeymoon that I ever have to go on, and I'm excited about that.
Well, that's not true. You can actually crash someone else's. I've contemplated doing that for a while.
Okay.
So
we should have crashed Ryan's in DR.
Yeah.
He's watching right now, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
I don't think actually.
Hey, Ryan.
Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. Who knows? Ryan, if you are out there,
You're implying that him listening to this podcast is not.
Be careful on Facebook.
Well, if I was on my honeymoon,
and the gram and the
Just be
IG, yeah. Shout out to Mr. McGuire celebrating his honeymoon in the DR.
I had a fantastic time at that wedding. I thought it was a great time. Thank you for inviting me to the wedding. It was extraordinary.
Yeah, the wedding was cool.
I'm upset I wasn't able to go.
I got to turn my suit jacket inside out and do a Fresh Prince
I gotta
dance.
post those pictures.
shit.
Oh yeah, let me see him.
Yeah, I'm gonna send them to you.
Ricky and I used a pretty slick hookup to get some custom suits on the super discount. And the lining is a custom lining, so we both got this weird paisley shit. And when we turned
the homie discount.
it was the homie discount.
It was super homie.
The best of the discounts.
It was the best discount I've ever had on any single piece of clothing in my whole life.
I'll give you some free socks.
That's pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
That's still a good.
But yeah, hey,
that's a 100% discount.
Socks.
I'll give you a pair of I'll give you a pair of Supreme socks. These are the 50 cents in them.
These are the old jerk off socks.
They come pre-starched. Speaking of cum, yeah,
nice.
They pre-cum pre-starched. My bad.
Just the toes are real starts for some.
Yeah, no,
Hey,
toes. Shit, son. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
ladies.
The first 2 inches of ankle do it, man.
Ladies, this isn't a real thing. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no,
Never happened.
that shit doesn't happen. Anyway,
Nobody did that in college. It's
really
not
good
a
beer.
thing.
Yeah, that's a good beer.
I kind of blanked out for a second. What are we talking about?
What, did you just take a trip to Cloud 9 or something there, buddy?
Hey, so I had a funny thing that I wanted to tell you guys. I wrote it down. Yeah.
Oh, you also had show notes that we had to come back and talk about something?
So let me, do you guys have any non-jujitsu people in your life that
I have a few.
that talk about jujitsu things?
Yeah.
No, wait. Say that.
I have people who ask me questions.
You said non-jujitsu people
that talk about jujitsu.
So people that are not training or involved in jujitsu directly.
Right. Yes.
But constantly bring up jujitsu.
No, that will occasionally bring up jujitsu.
Occasionally.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So Megan, my terrific, wonderful, extraordinary wife, she doesn't know anything about jujitsu, but she's constantly around me and around my friends, and all we talk about is jujitsu a lot.
Right.
And so she knows like words, but she doesn't know what they mean. And so we have this really fun game where I ask her like, what's an omoplata? And she'll tell me
give the definition.
She'll tell me what it is.
Love it.
And she'll do her very best to come up with something that's like plausible and silly, but not related. And so this was a thing that we did. And I was like, so what's an omoplata? And she's like, oh, it's when someone attacks you and you grab their leg and you twist their guard, and then you put them in a lock and you lock them up.
And this was
like, this is fucking great.
This was your wife?
Yeah, it's like talking to like a 4-year-old kid about things, and they're trying to tell you like how grass. Hey, how's grass grow? Oh, there's elves in the ground. And it's like this. And we had a really nice time with it. So.
Dude, shout out to your wife. That's pretty
great.
Yeah, it's fun.
I try to talk to my wife about jujitsu, and she taps immediately.
Yeah,
she's like, I'm done. Fuck
she's
this.
like,
I don't want to talk about it.
So I wrote down what she said an omoplata was. She said, it's leg twisting while punching your opponent and choking him with your guard. And I was like, that's fucking great.
That's great.
That is amazing because she used very, very
she's using all the words.
Poignant keywords. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
But next time you're at a tournament,
it's a word salad.
Next time you're at a tournament, I want to, and
have Megan,
you should go for an omoplata. Yeah. I want to say that exact same thing.
Yeah.
Austin,
twist his leg.
Don't forget to twist his leg and choke him with your guard. Like her description was great because she used the right words.
She's using the words.
But everything that she threw in there does not apply to an omoplata. It is not a choke. There's no legs.
She couldn't have got it any more wrong.
Yeah.
So
you can do it from the guard.
I did this with Spanish the other day.
Shout out though. That was good.
And then Coach Ricky helped me. Is I said a bunch of Spanish sounding words.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of them.
What were they?
You just put O on the bunch of English words.
I said like, do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pull it up.
All right. He's got it. So I texted him. I was like, hey man, I want to do a Cinco de Mayo post. Here's my Spanish.
I want to be cultural, but not offensive.
Yeah, but so that's it. Is I wanted it to be silly, and I was okay with them knowing that I don't speak fluent Spanish, but I didn't want to tip the line into being ugly about someone else's language.
Right.
You know? You have to be very careful about these things.
Culture's
these
a
days.
thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so it says plan for a visit by the old saloon porque todas las señoras y señores viven para beber cerveza. That's still good. That's still good. Y ser locos por todo el día. Lo siento porque nuestro español es malo, amigos. Nosotros tratamos. Oh wait, that's pretty good. No, this is the corrected
That's
version.
the one you sent me, right?
Version.
Yeah. Okay, this is the.
What's the original version?
Yeah.
That was already silly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, plan for a visit by the old saloon porque todas señoras y señores siempre vivamos borracho loco. Yeah.
Was this Google Translate or was this Ricky Translate?
No, this is Austin saying Spanish-ish words in an order that I tried to make sensible and comprehensible.
This is Ricky Translate.
Good,
This is Ricky Translate. Plan for a visit by the old saloon because all women and men always live drunk crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, this is like Charlie Day writing.
It's like Charlie Day
anything.
writing.
Yeah. Need money now. Money now. Money me. That's great. Vote me.
Hey, thanks for helping me with that project, by the way.
funny.
That was a lot of fun.
That is amazing.
Because I wanted it to be like men and women drinking and having a good time, crazy party. And I'm like, I kind of know these words.
You fucking nailed it.
But I'm not, I can't conjugate. I can't conjugate anything.
I gave you a sweat rag because I was hoping they would also make fun of you and not just me about being fat.
Oh, yeah. You got to throw up the soldier.
Yeah. Represent
Soldier
your
boy,
cause,
tell
son.
him.
Throw up the soldier rag.
Is Soldier Boy fat? Oliver is.
I don't think so.
There's that old Juvenile song, Soldier Rag.
See, this is video evidence of you being verbally abusive to me, but you're gonna fucking try and snuggle up come winter, so fuck off.
And he's like, you learn how to use a triple beam, huh? That shit ain't as hard as it seems, huh?
Oh.
Yeah. You like Chipotle, huh?
Yeah, you trading Nikes for them Reeboks, huh?
I don't think I'd ever admit that I learned to use the triple beam. I just feel like
I learned in
they taught you
7th grade science class.
Yeah, they taught you in science.
no, I mean I know, but not as an adult.
It was probably different.
Shout out
in
to
England.
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah,
7th grade
it was
science
a
class,
metric
Weiss
trip.
Middle
Yeah.
School. Fucking dickhole.
Dickhole.
He was, dude.
Hey, man.
I only shout out dickholes.
You're Zach, Austin. You guys are old. Where did you go to like elementary and middle
I
school?
went to Rosenberg Elementary School on Galveston Island.
So you were Texas then. What about you, Zach? Where are you at?
Lago Vista.
Okay. So do you guys remember Captain Mark or Commander Mark with the draw squad?
No.
Do you guys? He never toured.
That might have
y'all's
been a
fucking-
regional thing. Yeah.
Man, dude, he was all over the area around here in like Dallas. I thought, man,
Mhm.
dude, we had some weird thing come up on Facebook the other day.
He touched a bunch of butts, or what did he do? He's like touching kids' butts.
Just Oliver's butts.
Well,
That's high praise.
Well, no, he didn't. Now I'm kind of curious as to what I didn't like. What it was about me that he was like, not that one.
Probably because
Like,
you're
you're fat.
English.
You're too clingy.
That just means I got a lot of ass, Berto. Fuck.
I say fat in English.
My brother's going for the fat jokes. I'm going for the English jokes.
Jesus, man.
No, the other day,
I try to lift up. those
You
around.
know who used to be one of my best friends at fucking Gracie Baja?
Uh-huh.
Fat Berto. You know who's not anymore? Dickhead Berto. Yeah. No, I appreciate that, bro.
Were
We
you
should go to
fat,
lunch
Berto?
sometime so you can go fucking eat a
Were you
dick.
fat? You were fat for a little while?
No, he wasn't fat. He was of normal stature like myself.
Dude, the other day,
You're taller
Oliver.
than me.
Shut up, faggot.
The other day, Oliver helped me with my car, and when I pulled up to his driveway,
Silly fatty.
his little girl got into like a little toy car.
Nice.
It's
But
my
the driver's
daughter. I don't
side-
have like a little girl I trap in my house. I don't keep her like on a leash.
Yeah,
This is your biological daughter.
Yeah, I made
Allegedly.
her.
But the
Allegedly.
but the
Made her.
toy car that she had, the driver's side was on the right side.
Oh,
And I
that's
was like,
hilarious.
Oliver,
Yeah.
you know it's true, dude.
He bought it from
I
EnglishAmazon.com.
was like, dude, Oliver,
That's
we
all right.
get it, man.
Yeah.
You're from England. We get
It's
it.
from the Amazon.
Yeah.
Dude, I love those memes where it's like it's a dolphin blowing out bubbles, and it's like, we get it, you vape. Right? Like, I love these fucking we get it, you vape memes. I love them. It made me so happy.
So yeah, I bought my daughter a right-hand drive. Fucking,
That's good. Good for you.
Oh, it's
Did
actually
you buy it in America?
it's a speeder. Shut up, ass. It's a God, dude. I would give you so much shit right now,
Hey, let
but
me
I
ask
don't
you-
have the energy because I'm fucking sweating. I'm fat.
Are you in the process of like securing
weight?
American citizenship?
Oh no,
No, you're just chilling.
no to both.
Okay.
Yeah, no. It's I really don't gain anything from it. Like I don't have to do jury duty.
That's nice.
I get to carry a gun. I work for the government.
Okay.
Had clearance.
Yeah, there you
go. I don't have to vote.
Okay.
Can you, if you wanted to?
I can vote in regional. I can't do like presidential.
Yeah, I
elections
can't.
and stuff,
You can't. Yeah.
I can vote for the mayor of Flavortown. but not-
Nice.
yeah,
That's what matters.
I'm just saying, man, double me up on that one.
Okay.
But no, there's nothing really for me to gain at the moment. So, and it's much easier.
Well, you get to be an American.
Yeah,
that's pretty rad.
But I also get to travel the world with a British passport, which
that's pretty nice.
Which
that
is
helps.
also
That helps, So my father's family has been in America since the Mayflower, right? The Van Allen family came over on the Mayflower, and they've kind of stuck around, and they made their way down to Ohio, and then ultimately the Ohioans moved to Houston and had my dad. But our family's been here since the very beginning. They fled religious persecution and all that stuff.
Puritans?
Yeah, they're Puritans, man. Yeah.
So
and then they became
yourself back to the Mayflower?
Yeah, my dad's family goes back to the
23
Mayflower.
this shit or what?
No, we have the records.
Ah.
Yeah.
They're lawyers, man. They have to keep track of that.
I'm the only one. I'm the only lawyer all the way back.
Man.
I'm the only one.
Did you know of any cool professions that like some of your past family members had?
Probably guess watchmaker.
I don't know about any watchmakers. I know there were beer brewers, which is a trip, but that's on my mom's side, right? There's the Lidstone Brewery it's Worcestershire, but the English don't say it like that. They say like Worcester or something.
Worcestershire.
Yeah.
That sauce is great, by the way. It was great on micheladas.
But
great on a lot of things.
On the dad's side, we did have one witch who got burned in Salem. That was pretty interesting.
Did she weigh
hanged
as much
Salem.
as a duck?
Yeah.
Wait, so actually in the Salem witch
So she's a
trials,
witch.
only like, I think it was like maybe 10 died.
It was like her name was like Rebecca Goodwife or something like that.
Holy
but yeah, that's
shit,
on my
dude.
dad's
And
side.
she was
yeah.
a witch?
No, I mean, no, she got hanged. She was convicted of witching.
She was convicted.
Yeah, she's
so I mean,
convicted
that
of
means
witching.
she did it.
She got hung.
That doesn't mean
or
she did
like
it, bro.
stoned,
She got
or,
hung.
like-
Yeah. So in America, they
in
hung
America,
them and they drowned them.
Hey,
This is America.
We go by a court system. So if the court said she was a witch, I mean, she was a witch.
Absolutely, 100% success rate.
Interestingly enough, and on a totally unrelated thing, you can have your house can be legally haunted in the United States.
Wait, what?
Your house
How
does
so?
that qualify
What are
you
the-
for
what are
any
the
tax
implications?
deductions?
I'll tell you how it happened. It's very interesting. Okay, so a guy went to buy a house, right? And there were a bunch of problems with the house or whatever, and there had been a person that had died there. And so he went and filed a case, and he said, there's a history with this house that you didn't disclose to me, and I don't know if it's paranormal or what, but I feel like you lied to me about the history of this house. And so I want to undo the transaction. I want you to give me my money back, and I want you to take the house back. And the guy that sold him the house was like, I didn't have to disclose this stuff. All the stuff that I did disclose was I met my legal requirements. I gave you all the information that I have to give you under the law. And so it went before a judge. It was a bench trial, and the judge ruled that there was some information that hadn't been disclosed that was legally required. And that information amounted to that there was a very grisly murder in the home, and that previous occupants of the home prior to the owner that had just sold the house, the immediately former owner, that there had been some like incidents where people had made formal reports about there being like a ghost or a spirit or something like that, and that he was legally bound to disclose that information to the subsequent buyer.
Who do you make those like formal complaints to? Like the Ghostbusters?
Yeah, well, like the police, right? You go like, I heard a strange noise. I want you to come and investigate my house, and go upstairs. And the police would go upstairs, and they would go like, we didn't find anybody. And they'd call them out. And so it's like, maybe it was a crazy person and they were just calling the police or like whatever. But there was a history there, and the judge said, you need to disclose that history. And as far as we're concerned, the house is haunted.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a legally haunted house.
So
they undid the transaction.
Have there been other legally haunted houses?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's happened a bunch of times.
So there was a picture that I saw that said for sale, not haunted. It was a meme actually, and it was like, I don't believe in ghosts, but this house is definitely haunted.
Yeah.
If there's a sign that says for sale, not haunted.
So can you register like a historical marker or something?
Yeah, so that's what you do, right? Is you turn it into a B&B and you advertise it as a haunted house, and you let people come and stay there.
Make some dollar
or you
bucks.
level it and you build a new house on the site. Or you have a conveniently very thorough, very well documented alibi, and you have your homie that works at the fire department that knows about fire investigation come and burn the house to the ground.
Some wire damage.
Yeah. You know, there was like a dryer fire, and like it looks like lint, and it kind of looks like there's an accelerant. Like maybe there was several months worth of buildup of lint, and it was in the attic. And you know, when there's a fire in the attic, the fire department isn't going to go into the house because they're afraid of falling beams, and so they just kind of let it burn. And then the house is a total job, so let's just level it.
See, Zach was right. If you do listen to this podcast all the way to the end, some of the information you get is very invaluable. It's great.
Well, you know, I tell you what, when you're a lawyer,
shout out to the troopers.
You figure out what it takes to prove something.
Ooh, hello, are you leaving us? Are you no? Oh,
she's just making.
I mean, I gotta have a green beer. This was supposed to be purple. I added the colors to make purple, and this is the color.
Why did that one come out purple then?
Because she did it. She did a good job. Shout out to Jessica.
Shout out to Jessica. We totally were not talking about Ricky's old dates earlier.
Purple drink.
Yeah,
no, that totally did not happen.
You don't listen to the podcast, do you? Yeah. All right, Ricky. Hey,
all right, Ricky. Well, it was nice to know you.
Well, you've seen the nice. You got to experience the guest room. So if you need to come back,
totally not hard.
For sale, not hard.
Phone check. Man.
Yeah.
Well, that was good. So I kind of want to register my house as haunted now.
It makes it really hard to sell.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You could be a B&B, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, you're gonna have a really large section of the population, especially in this part of the country, which you might like consider to be Bible Belt, that is just gonna go like, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
For sale, not haunted.
Yeah.
This is so. Yeah, it's crazy that that's a rural sign.
Maybe it's.
There's a really good movie with John Cusack called
1403.
1408.
Yeah, about the haunted.
No, 1408.
1408.
Is that about the haunted hotel room?
The hotel room.
How was that?
Can
somebody spoil that for me?
Yeah, I'll spoil it for you.
Can somebody spoil that movie for me?
I will totally spoil that shit
because it sounds interesting.
Weird happened?
Yeah, so
it's scary as fuck, dude.
In the movie 1408, John Cusack is a writer who like doesn't believe in the paranormal.
True.
I feel like he's always some kind of writer type of character.
Yeah. And he goes to this 1408 place, and Samuel Jackson is actually like the bellhop or whatever, but
he's actually the bellhop motherfucker.
That's that's good.
Sorry.
But
motherfucker,
I'm so sick of hopping these motherfucking bells.
He goes into the thing is most people don't last an hour. That's like a big thing. Most people don't last an hour.
They kill themselves.
Yeah, they kill themselves within an hour.
Tear their skin off and shit.
I like how he says most people. Like he's like, yeah, no, we let people do it all the time.
Yeah, they stopped, right? That's that's sort of the
insurance. I'm sure probably
you're not allowed to stay there anymore. And so he has all this fancy legal lawyer shit where he's like, actually, if the room isn't occupied, then you are legally obligated
John Cusack busts out with that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, he flexed
like,
lesson.
You have to let me this room. Otherwise, you are violating some civil rights shit. And they're like, look, this room is not bullshit.
There's going to be some goddamn snakes in this goddamn.
He's like, we're warning you.
No, and he's like, I'm going to fucking do it. Give me the room. And they're like, all right, man, look, it's your freedom.
Yeah.
Was he like,
So he goes in the room.
Yeah, he goes into the room and a bunch of like scary shit starts happening.
There's snakes on the plane.
That stays there commits suicide.
He goes into the room and there's snakes on the plane. It is nuts.
One of these snakes becomes the mayor of
Flavor Town. No, it's just like in the movie, it shows a bunch of his like personal life too, like kind of in flashback.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of that stuff is like popping up in the room.
Yeah.
And there's a clock, like the old hotel clocks that had just like the red,
that digital.
Digital clock. But it was counting down.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, it was counting down from 60, like an hour.
Yeah.
And spoiler, like he lives past an hour and he's like, yes, I made it. And then it resets to 60 and just starts counting down again. And so he's like, oh, fuck, I'm in a loop. Like
it's forever.
Yeah.
Nobody makes it past an hour because it just keeps going. It's like Groundhog Day, but awful. Yeah, dude, it's
that was a great movie.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day is the most the most religiously Eastern movie that in existence.
Puxatawny Phil.
Yeah, so it's really interesting if you think about all of Hollywood movies. All right, and you look at like when does the movie resolve? In most movies, when the guy gets the girl and he kisses her and she loves him, that's the end of the movie.
No.
Yeah. But no, so in Groundhog Day, he does about 2/3 of the way through the movie. He gets the girl and she says, "I love you." And then he wakes up the next day and it's still Groundhog Day.
Gotta do it again.
That's a heartbreak.
Yeah. And so, because you think like the way it's
Most
such an amazing movie.
Structured.
Yeah, but in the movie, they lead you to believe that that's going to be the end
goal.
of the movie,
Yeah.
and the movie's winding down, right? And so then he goes on this thing where he's going to kill himself, and he kills himself over and over again, and he keeps waking up.
My favorite is the truck over the
truck
cliff
is
with
great. Yeah,
the
don't drive angry.
Yeah, don't drive angry.
And so it's not until he spends his entire day in service of others and rescuing the kid and taking the piano lesson and helping the bum and jacking up the tire and saving the guy from choking.
And the guy from stepping in the water.
Yeah. He buys the insurance from the guy. He buys like whole life, term life.
He's like, I want it all.
Yeah. He is a blessing to every single person that he encounters from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. And as a byproduct of that, everybody is magnetized to him and everybody thinks he's a good person. That's when the movie ends. And this is like so Eastern philosophy. It is one of the most uplifting, most wholesome movie. Yeah, I mean, it is right. It is
Taoism in like movie form.
Yeah. It's such an extraordinary film. One of my favorite.
It's like an Alan Watts movie almost.
Just such a good movie. Oh my god!
People try to remake that movie all the time. I think there was one that came out last year.
Yeah,
that was like the same premise, but
Live, Die, Repeat. Yeah, Live, Die, Repeat with Tom Cruise.
Tommy Cruise.
That's they called it Groundhog D-Day in development because it's Groundhog Day, but the day that he repeats is the day of a large scale military landing. So it's like Groundhog Day, but it's also like D-Day. This is a very clever name, Groundhog D-Day. And so they should
have stuck with that.
He has to conduct a perfect military operation. And that's kind of the crux of the movie. And as a byproduct of that, everybody thinks he's awesome and the girl falls in love and everything. But it's a great premise, They asked the director about Bill Murray and they said, okay, so his character, Phil, right?
Yeah.
Phil Connors.
Was it Phil?
I don't know. Whatever.
Fact check.
So they asked him, they said, hey man, you're the director. How many times did he live? It was like 100 lives or whatever. And he said, no, man. No, he lived 10,000 years.
Phil Connors.
Yeah.
Gee.
That day, he lived that day 10,000 years.
It's crazy, man.
And by the end of the movie, he lived that day 10,000 years.
Man, he looked good though.
Like, It like that's.
It's like Jason Bateman, man.
Such a good
Paul
movie.
Rudd. He aged well.
I love that movie, man. Oh man, it's
good movie.
It's so.
Have you guys seen it? You should watch it. It was made in the 80s. Or was it 90s? Probably 90s.
90s.
Yeah, probably
90s.
early 90s.
90s.
Classic Bill Murray. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's good.
Bill Murray, I think, is Ghostbusters.
Terrific movie.
Caddyshack was still pretty fun, but like, yeah, I'd say Ghostbusters 1 was probably
Lost in Translation was really good too, man. Don't overlook it.
That wasn't bad. Yeah, people overlook late Bill Murray.
Y'all see Bill Murray is in a new movie coming out with it's like another zombie movie. It's not Zombieland.
Not a sequel.
No, it's not a sequel to Zombieland.
He was great in Zombieland.
He was hilarious in Zombieland, but there's another zombie movie.
It's actually got a pretty big cast. I know what you're talking about. It's got a pretty big cast.
It has Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Whatever his actual name.
I forgot what it's like.
Badly drawn Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, it's badly drawn Keanu Reeves and Bill Murray, but they're like fighting zombies. Which is awesome.
No, it looked really good. Here, I'm looking it up
There's
now.
a whole documentary on crazy Bill Murray sightings.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They'll just like pop up at random people's birthday parties.
Dude, there's a documentary on fucking Netflix about Bill Murray.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like a documentary on like how people just have these like Bill Murray sightings as if he's like a
ghost
of Bigfoot.
Yeah, he's like Bigfoot, and but most of them, like a couple, were taking their wedding photos, and he walks up, and then he's just in their wedding photos, and just like doing different stuff.
Oh shit!
And they have these pictures of just them with Bill Murray. And this is amazing. This was one of our most amazing days.
Dude, my favorite was one where he ended up going to like some house party or something, ended up like doing the dishes for him and stuff. Like he was at the house party celebrating, everybody's like drinking and shit. And he's partying, he's like doing dishes and shit. And clean it up for him.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Some people will have crazy Bill.
You know what movie I saw yesterday for the first time?
Goonies.
Alien.
Oh wait, the original
one.
Alien.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah,
That's
a good one,
young,
man.
Attractive Sigourney Weaver.
Dude, that hits all those like horror marks. It's dark.
Yeah.
It's confined.
See
It's
the alien.
yeah.
Yeah, you barely
It's
see
mystery,
it.
man. That's a great movie.
Yeah, that's what they. I guess there's some kind of story with Spielberg. Like they lost their special effects guy. Something happened where they were like, "Well, we got to stop this movie." It's like, no, we won't.
Wait, was
Just
Alien
don't show the
Spielberg?
alien.
Yeah.
No, I thought Alien was someone else. I thought Alien was Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott.
Oh, it is Scott. Yeah. Ridley Scott. Yeah.
Was it? So yeah, you're right.
Ridley Scott.
But they were planning on showing the alien the entire time. Something fell through where they were then like, okay,
Yeah,
we'll not show it and we'll just make it.
it makes it makes
Dude,
it better.
That was
it better.
Because
Yeah.
That mystery kills it, man. That totally went in their favor.
Yeah, the monster that's off the screen is always going to be scarier than the monster on the screen.
Well, at least it's your
Because it's
imagination.
your
It's whatever you want it to be.
imagination.
Oh, dude, that's like so Insidious was a good movie, I thought.
didn't
Insidious
see
2 and 3 were a little bad from what I
I
heard.
don't think I've seen that.
But
I haven't seen
Insidious was it's like your personal like nightmare kind of.
Yeah.
Right? And so like
like a boggart.
there was never a one full figure throughout the whole movie. Same thing with The Conjuring. It was just like a
Up to your imagination type thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little bit.
The Conjuring
Conjuring
and
was more the house, right?
yeah, The
Yeah,
Conjuring
that's
was
the
more the
house
house, but like the house didn't have a face. You know, it was just like
because
it
it's
would
a
just
house.
possess people.
Hereditary.
I've seen houses have faces.
I haven't seen that.
There's a new
There's something
new movie that came out, like scary movie called. It's not even scary. It's just
suspenseful.
Twisted.
Okay.
It's called Hereditary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Did you watch that one?
Yeah. That one. I don't really want to spoil it, obviously, but like it's a
family, like
it's
starts going
it's
through
kind of
some
a fucked up movie.
as soon as the grandma dies, really fucked up things.
This shit goes weird.
And you start finding out that the grandma was into some shit.
Hell yeah.
Kind of like
Quaaludes.
She was
Yeah. Oh, dude.
The Quaaludes.
So I watched Paranormal. I watched.
Barbiturates.
That is weird shit, man. That's weird shit.
It's a weird word.
That Quaalude scene where
Yeah.
Get the lewds.
Yeah. So I had a guy. I was friends with a lawyer in Corpus Christi, and he's a big time drug guy, which like most of the lawyers in Corpus Christi were. And but he's kind of an older guy, and so he's telling me we go on a drive. He's the plaintiff in a lawsuit, and I'm the defendant in the lawsuit. And he calls me. He goes, "Hey man, I get night blindness, so I need for you to drive me to this." He goes, "I need you to drive me to this deposition." And I go, "We're going to a deposition where you're going to spend 6 hours destroying my client. Like you're gonna fuck him up really bad." And he's like, "I'll go easy on him if you give me a ride."
he's like, look.
So I go, "All right, yeah."
we'll
He's like,
negotiate.
I'm gonna get what I need out of him, but I won't beat him up too bad if you just give me a ride." And I'm like, "All right, man, you know what? I'll give you a ride." It ends up being one of the best car rides ever. It's like 3 hours up, 3 hours back.
Yeah.
And so we're hanging in the car, and he's telling me, he's like, "Oh man, he's like, my youngest daughter's developmentally disabled, but the problem is she's got a really hot body. And so she's getting a lot of attention from a lot of guys, but she doesn't know that they're only after this one thing." And he's telling me some serious shit,
Man, yeah.
Yeah, but one of the things he tells me is he's like, "There's no way in hell Bill Cosby raped those girls." What? And I said, "Yeah, right." I was like, "This is a very interesting thing."
Please
to
tell me you
say
said
to
go
lead
on.
off.
Please
Yeah,
continue.
yeah.
go on.
No, I say the
Please
thing that I
continue.
always say, right, which is elaborate.
I like
Elaborate. Yeah, elaborate.
Huh.
I'm curious to hear this.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Look, man," he's like, I was
I know Bill,
full-blown-
right?
No, he was like, "I was full blown in the drug doing days when Quaaludes were still very much a part of the culture and a popular thing."
Right.
And he was like, "Let me tell you something about Quaaludes that you'll never see in the news. When a woman,
You don't even see Quaaludes in the news.
Let me add a disclaimer. I have no idea if this is true or not, but this is what he told me. I'm relaying a story from a person that's not Austin, not related to Austin. I do not endorse these comments.
Shout out to our listeners.
we do
Fact
not
check
know
us if you
this is
can.
factual at all.
Yeah, no way to know. In fact, it's probably bullshit, but That's
we go.
fine.
Let's
So
have
he
fun.
goes, if you wanted to get a girl to come harder than she's ever come in her whole life, you would give her Quaaludes. They had an unexpected side effect of increasing a woman's libido to a level that a Viagra would work for a man today.
No shit.
This is what he told me. And
No
he said,
shit.
I did a lot of Quaaludes and I would get fucked up on Quaaludes. And if I told a bunch of women that I had Quaaludes, they would want to come home with me. They would do the Quaaludes and I'd have sex with all of them. And he has $100 million in the bank. He's extremely financially successful. So he's a very good lawyer. That may make him an extremely truthful person or an extremely bullshit person.
I mean, I don't have hundreds of millions in the bank, but he sounds like the type of person that like I'd like to that's advice.
He's a super cool guy. So he tells me, hey man, look, he's like, it was a surefire way to get laid in those days was to have real legit Quaaludes because girls wanted to take them because they wanted to come hard.
Man.
And he was like, if Bill Cosby was on the table offering Quaaludes to women and they were taking them,
that's on them.
Almost certainly voluntary. And I'm just like, I've never heard any of this shit before. I have no idea if this is true. All right. I'm inclined to believe despite all of my cynicism, I have faith in the U.S. justice system. And I believe that if someone is convicted of something, the odds are that they did it, that they're guilty of it, or
there's a high chance
that what they did is reprehensible.
Right.
Right. And I would never suggest that what Bill Cosby did is not morally reprehensible.
So I heard that Bill Cosby liked to fuck
passed out girls.
people,
that's what I heard.
which is different than what you're saying.
Well, the story was that they were passed out because he drugged them with Quaaludes.
But
yeah,
was it Quaaludes?
Yeah, he talks about
Spanish fly.
Yeah, he talks about giving girls drugs and then them getting really fucked up. I heard that.
Give him some of that funky Cole Medina.
Yeah, I heard about that stand up.
Yeah, the funky Cole Medina.
I used to listen to Bill Cosby stand up. It's very unusual. Yeah, and I don't like him, and I don't believe that he's innocent. I do not believe that.
Yeah,
please don't mistake the story for Austin's views.
Especially since he said
yeah. And he's convicted.
No, I'm sure that one of the drugs that he may have used might have been Quaaludes.
Yeah,
I'm sure that the others were not.
No, I feel like Cosby was in the position to get his hands on whatever he wanted.
Before it was like, well, he was never convicted. No, but he's been convicted.
Right.
Yeah, he got convicted. Yeah, he's convicted of.
I hate that when people can't separate.
Innocent until proven
acquittal
guilty
from
type
innocence.
Shit.
Yeah,
right. He was
because you haven't been charged or acquitted.
If someone ever says to you, "Oh, he was found innocent," no, he wasn't. No, that's not a thing. You can't be found innocent. Like there's not a single. You just weren't convicted.
So
you were acquitted.
I've been arrested for some shit that I wasn't.
I mean, you didn't do it.
But I was not convicted.
Nice.
Austin, should he be discussing?
Yeah, the statute. Well, so Jeopardy attached.
There you go.
And it's gone now, so they can't. You can't. There's no such thing as double jeopardy. Right? And also, my guess is that the statute of limitations is expired because I know that my dear friend Professor Berto is a model citizen and has been for at least the past decade.
Well, he at least looks like a model.
The whole thing about the girl in Italy who like
Foxy Noxy.
What's
Amanda Knox?
Amanda Knox.
Foxy Knox.
Because there is double jeopardy in other places.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They have unlimited jeopardy. Right. This is one of the things that our founding fathers and all their wisdom set up for us is that in other countries, if they didn't get you the first time, they would just try you and try you and try you over and over and over again.
Eventually,
in the United States, you can't do that. They get one bite at the apple. Right. This is a remarkable civil liberty that people take for granted. We have a lot of them in this country.
That's why we have the best crime shows on TV.
That Netflix documentary,
very good crime
that Netflix documentary, like I Am Amanda Knox or whatever.
Foxy Noxy.
Dude, that's a good documentary, by the way. But like, that's kind of crazy.
It wasn't set up by a court.
What do you mean?
It was established later on. It was like,
I don't know the answer to that question.
Well, it was established during a court case, not
fact check, Ricky.
Like by the Supreme Court of the United States or something like that.
But not in the Constitution.
It's not. I don't think double jeopardy is a constitutional.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fact check,
look it up.
There you go.
It's in the original Constitution.
Like it's not in Article 4 or any of the Bill of Rights saying you can't try somebody for something over and over again.
Right.
Yeah, now that you mention it, that sounds right. That's it. I don't think it's in the Constitution.
I think it was a court case.
Yeah.
Then they established what double jeopardy is.
Like an interpretation, because there are things that aren't double jeopardy.
After the show Jeopardy was out,
Yeah,
or the movie Double Jeopardy.
No, I mean you're probably right, man. Yeah, that's
actually,
yeah.
Actually, I think Austin was right.
What's her face?
It is the Fifth Amendment.
What does it say?
Nor shall any person be subject to the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb.
Oh,
so you can plead the
Well, there
fifth,
you go.
huh?
Hey,
plead the fifth.
good know. Good to know.
That's a catch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's right. Plead the fifth stripe.
We talk about the fifth in property class because you can't
The fifth
be.
stripe?
Fifth stripe.
You talking about the fifth stripe in property?
It wasn't in existence, but I would have.
The fifth stripe podcast.com.
Professor, I'm on this podcast. You should really listen to it.
He's like, did you cheat?
Takings.
Not twice.
Right? The government
Listen to my
cannot
podcast.
deprive you of like real estate without fair compensation.
Oh.
Right. And so my very first case as a lawyer was a Fifth Amendment takings claim where a lady had owned part of Galveston Beach for her family had owned it for 100 years. They'd paid taxes on it for 100 years. And they finally got to where they were going to sell it. And some guy was going to pay them like 21 million for like 8 blocks of beach because it was prime beach. He was going to put a high rise on it. And as soon as the guy announced the sale, the state wrote her a letter. The state of Texas wrote her a letter and said, there's no private property in front of the seawall.
Oh.
And she said, oh, yes, there is. We've been paying
She
taxes
said, suck
on
my
it
left
for,
dick. Yeah, fuck that.
This lawsuit went on for 24 years. And I stepped in about 7 months before trial. It was, I mean, a brand new lawyer, first day on the job, you're going to be working on this case and this case and this case, and you're going to be doing title searches for Pareto. Like, what's Pareto? And they go, oh man, this case, it's been to the Court of Appeals 3 times and it hasn't even been tried.
So here you are,
It's
brewing
crazy.
beer,
Yeah.
right? That worked out well.
Landry's eventually bought it and called it the Pleasure Brew.
No. But Tillman was one of the potential buyers on it. Hakeem Olajuwon was another one. Yeah.
Damn, we should have
Yeah,
skyhooked his way into that motherfucker.
On NASA, that mansion.
Yeah, it's a large one.
Yeah. Does he?
He had like a clothing store.
No shit.
Yeah, there for
That's
a while.
great spot.
Yeah.
He owned the Balinese in Galveston for a while.
That's some crazy location right there.
Hakeem.
So
Hakeem the Dream.
what happened, Austin? What happened now?
Well, so we won a trial. We were awarded a breach of contracts claim, and we were awarded fair and just compensation for the property, or well, not just that, but the state either had to pay them for the land if they owned it, or they had to give them free and clear title to sell it. Right? The court gave the state a choice.
Either way,
If
someone's getting paid.
The state has the right to say we own this property, but they have to pay for it. Right?
Yeah.
That's the Fifth Amendment.
Right.
If they come to your neighborhood and they say highway's going through your street, we're taking your house. Okay, they can do that, but they have to pay you for it.
Yeah.
Or they can say, nope, never mind. You own it. It's not ours. We're not taking anything. Right. But you can't take the thing and then also not pay for it, which is what the state of Texas was trying to do because they're a government and this is what government does is they overreach.
We don't play that shit.
And so it went up to the Supreme Court of Texas, and the Supreme Court said, in essence, the property belongs to the family, but the state doesn't owe them any money.
What?
Yeah. And we said, well, now hang on, Judge.
Yeah, that's interesting.
The state interfered with several sales, right? They stepped in and said, you can't sell the property. And so the buyer went away, and then now they can't sell or anything like that. And the court said, that's terrible.
Yeah,
And we feel, well, but not just that, but this issue had to be sorted out. And that means that it had to take time. And it's unfortunate that these things happened while that time was going on, but this is a really important thing. And the wheels of justice move slowly. And so now go and sell the property if you like. You're welcome to go and sell it, but the market hasn't been there. And so the family still owns it. And it may be another 100 years before they sell the property, whatever. But the issue at least has been put to bed.
Yeah.
They have to keep paying.
They're paying taxes on it. They're still paying taxes on it. Yeah.
At least it's theirs.
Yeah. You know what? They also had to give those lawyers. They had to give
court costs.
No, man.
Lawyer fees?
No. So the lawyers took a piece of the action, right? So the lawyers took ownership of a quarter interest in the property.
Oh,
right. Because the family was like, we don't have the money to pay the lawyers. Right. So they were like, we'll do it on contingency. Just make us a partner in the land. Yeah. So this
that was smart.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
That's smart.
I didn't get anything. Yeah. Yeah.
He got to tell the story.
I was an associate. So an associate gets paid like an employee.
Austin got to tell the story. That's what he got out of it.
Ultimately, at a law firm, when you make partner, you have an equity stake in the business, and this is all great. And I eventually did this, and it wasn't for me. But at the time, I was a first year associate. And so I was like, my job at trial was literally to carry all the boxes of all of the files.
Nice.
Into the building and then out of the building, and to make sure they were well organized. And at the end of the day, make sure everything was put back in its file. I did a fantastic job.
You got those guns work out, huh? That's good. It's like every day was arm day.
No, I had a dolly.
So Austin, how many lawyers are active on a case like that?
That specific case, we had 21 lawyers on the plaintiff side, plus 4 paralegals and probably 17 or 18 secretaries. And then a partridge. And a partridge.
Beautiful, Zach.
And on the state side, they had 5 lawyers and probably 2 paralegals.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But they were the defense. Anybody can get a defense verdict. It's very hard to get a plaintiff's verdict, because a plaintiff's verdict is you have to prove that guy did something wrong, but beyond
defense is just make sure they don't prove that.
Yeah, a defense is like, well, but are you sure that that's a good idea? And like the jury's like, we're Texas. That sounds convincing to us. Yeah.
So you can see where Austin practiced law, right?
I don't have to prove that it was not a good idea. Right. They're like, well,
it's but I mean, it wasn't.
It'd go a long way with this jury, Mr. Weber, if you prove that this was a bad idea.
Right.
And you're like, God damn it, this is a rock solid defense.
All right. Well, hey, we are getting close to our 2-hour mark. I know we haven't hit the. Do you have a creature for us for Ricky's Monster Manual? We're gonna end it on this one.
The Monster Mash.
We'll be back. Yeah. So what are we facing tonight, Ricky?
So this is called the Displacer Beast. Okay, just imagine like a big dog.
Okay.
Right?
What kind of dog?
All right.
But the thing with
humanoid dog or dog?
Does it walk on 2 legs or 4 legs?
Walks on 4 legs.
Okay.
Guillotine.
Right? But the thing with it's called a displacer because it's never in 2 spots. It's never in one spot. Like it's always 2 places at once, but like 2 places really close. Like it's constantly phasing in and out. Like, did you ever watch
like Ghost and Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Like Ghost and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That'd be tough.
Like, so Patrick Swayze.
You got to get it to hit you first, or like go for an attack on you first before you can attack it for sure.
You triangle on one side and you guillotine on the other. It's either in a triangle or
crucifix, right?
Wait, what?
You got to go for something. You got to make like a wide net.
All right, so hold on. Before we start into the defense, just to clarify, we have a phase shifting dog beast.
I don't want to say phase shifting. That makes it sound like it's like popping.
We have a dual plane phase beast.
Because that makes
it exists outside of space and time.
It's just like this all the time. Like it's
a meth ad. It's from Ohio.
Xenia, Ohio.
Like, in
straight out of Barberton. Shout out to my Ohio crew.
Like Looney Tunes, when someone got hit hard and they showed you their vision and it was like 2 of it's like that.
Well, I mean,
that's really
put
hard.
your hand on it.
Can you touch it?
Grab it?
Yeah.
Well, there's it at the other place. Also, like
I'm telling you, look, you triangle the one and then you guillotine the other.
No, because it's one thing. It just appears to be in 2 places.
So if I have my hands on it and it jiggles or whatever the fuck you're describing,
you could lose control.
If it's space jiggles, do I lose my grip? Is that like, can it be like for a grip break?
So I guess what you need to do is the fastest submission that you know.
Wrist lock.
Wrist lock.
Oh, wrist lock. There you go. That's a good one. Does it have wrists? Man. No, it's got dog paws.
It's got dog paws.
So that means so you have to backwards wrist it because the dog paw can go all the way.
Yeah, it can touch like a cat. It can touch.
True.
So you have to go the backwards way.
Yeah.
You could just control the joint above, and then you just bend, and you just on, and it's done.
I think, man, this is a good one. This
I don't know, dude.
How would I defend myself against a twitchy ass dog?
Like a dog that moves so fast it appears to be in 2 places.
Yeah, twitchy dog, man.
Meth dog.
Fuck, dude. That's
I don't know. That's a difficult one.
That is weird, man. Well, IBJJF rules.
I mean, I guess.
Good question.
Yeah. What are the rule? What's the rule set?
Yeah, let's do IBJJF rules.
Fuck, man.
Gi?
No, you can't do gi.
Yeah, you can put a dog in a gi.
Well, yeah, you can.
Put a dog.
Yeah, it's been on Instagram.
Yeah. So
does the gi, does the clothing phase with it or what?
So is he
it probably does because
clothing phases?
Yeah.
Well, because it's moving really fast.
So whatever's touching it phases with it. So what if I get the grips?
Then your hand's gonna break.
Yeah, dude. Then you just congratulations, you just wrist locked yourself.
What if you
You breathe hardly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm probably gonna tap because I don't want to phase a weird face.
Nah, just go for like a shitty ass submission.
No, I think you're right with the guillotine.
Yeah.
How though? I mean, couldn't he shift out or jiggle out or whatever he's doing?
I don't know.
What is
jiggle out?
What is jiggle out? How does Jiggle Beast defend against this?
Yeah, it's gonna take you with it.
Like if you have it in a lock, like what is it gonna do?
Yeah,
if you
Nightcrawler, can it pop out, or are you just gonna move with it?
You're just gonna move with it.
So when you're attached, you're attached.
You lock on. Yeah,
I'm reading.
Oh shit!
Like the
backpack.
stats right
any
now.
type of back choke, I think.
I think I would go with what do you call it?
I get dizzy.
A paw drag.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Get behind it.
But he'll get in that doggy like
control.
squat stance, man.
That's all right.
They
You can
pound.
still seatbelt. You can seatbelt that.
Yeah, if that thing is moving,
That's
but
when
you're on the seatbelt,
Yeah,
he jiggly twitches.
because if your feet are on the ground,
I'm
right,
going with a
and
good
it's
old rear naked
moving,
choke.
you're having a rough ride.
Yeah.
But if you're hanging on to the back and you just focus on your body and you're hanging on to the dog beast,
Yeah, it's got a phase shift with
then
you,
it's going to
which is going to make it tired.
with it. Yeah,
Right, so
Okay.
it's got to carry you through the phase shift,
Yeah.
which is going to make it even more
So
tired.
What if
so
what
you
if
just got to
what
get
if-
behind it?
What if Jiggle Beast fucking shoots on you? What if he takes the first shot?
Well,
That's what I'm worried about.
Shoots
Are you just gonna sprawl out and spin
Okay,
the back?
so look,
Still-
I have
still same
the
situation?
I have the written rule right here. So it says displacement. The displacer beast projects a magical illusion that makes it appear to be standing near its actual location, causing attack
that's
rolls
different.
to have disadvantage.
Oh.
If it's hit by an attack, this trait is disrupted until the end of its next turn.
I understand.
So
it's
once
like
you
putting up a
hit
hologram, bro.
you gotta go. Once you
So
actually
you got to make it shoot on you.
once you actually make contact, you have to.
You got to
So
make it make contact with
yeah.
you.
So you might maybe what if you fake the single leg and when he
No,
goes
I think
in,
you let
roll
it
back.
shoot on a single leg.
you stick
roll
your
in
leg out a
Mokata.
little bit.
Yeah, that's
Go
what
for
I'm
the
saying.
Mokata.
Yeah, bait the single leg and then use that
Yeah,
to.
because we all know
sacrifice
dogs
it.
don't have super flexible shoulders.
Oh,
That is true.
also, sorry, forgot this pretty important
The
detail.
omoplata.
His name's Dave.
No, it has tentacles. It has
Wait,
two,
what?
Whoa!
Well,
Yeah.
you just said it was a dog thing.
It has two tentacles coming out of its back.
So instead of a tail, it's got two tentacles. Oh,
What could-
that's like its
shit.
ears are tentacles,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah,
So ear tentacles and is a tail prehensile?
Can I utilize the ears as like a gi and use them to choke him?
Yeah, I mean,
if they're long enough, sure.
Well, they look fucking long enough to
Yeah.
choke a goddamn donkey.
here
yeah.
you go. You just form a ligature.
I think we could do something with that.
I think
But
Austin would
once-
braid them.
I would.
He would braid them pretty nicely.
I find-
braid them very nicely.
Listen, I find braiding to be a soothing activity.
Yeah.
Right, it's very calming for me. And fuck you guys for giving me that time about it.
You guys are assholes, all right?
Yeah, that'd be the coolest displacer
I'm
beast ever.
gonna take my ball and go home.
God,
Yeah.
I was gonna get my hair done.
Somebody
later.
asked about an octopus. Right, they wanted to know like if you could use jujitsu to defeat a human.
Yeah, we got that on our What's in the Box.
But I'm like-
man, this one might run a little bit long.
Well, so Michael, I mean, I need more information. Right, we'll get to it next week. I need to know: does the octopus train jujitsu? Where does the octopus train jujitsu?
Yes. Shout
What
out-
belt level.
Shout out to David C for the
Yeah.
for the inquiry. We do
need more
appreciate it.
information.
David C is one of our training partners up at GB. He works for NASA. He does a lot of underwater research and underwater engineering. So
Long time
There's
listener,
a lot of
first
water
time
out
caller.
there.
absolutely.
Space.
There's no. You know what? It's
Space.
simulation,
Weightless.
bro.
No, there's water out there.
There is.
I mean, I'm sure there's water.
He's training to go underwater on Titan.
I would tell you what. There's probably more water in space than there is on Earth.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Space is infinite, right? So I mean, technically.
Well, so we don't know the
You
answer.
don't
to
know that.
question.
Well, I mean,
But it's expanding.
You don't know that.
You can
As
tell
far as
because
we
of
know.
water.
Here's what I know. All right,
It's
and I
bigger
know
than what
this-
we know.
I know this personally.
What space?
That it's a simulation.
Oh yeah. No, I believe that.
Yeah, so is Ricky's mustache.
That is not a simulation.
No, that's-
that
that's
is a true
100%
testament to a
That's the
fucking
one real thing in our
beautiful
universe
mustache. That is
from which we derive all of our
That's who
power.
derive everything from.
that's all that's
Ricky's
pure.
mustache.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as he figures out how to snap his mustache, we're all in a lot of trouble.
All right. So I think that was a good discussion, guys. So what did we decide about his
The displacer beast?
tentacle ear jiggle dog?
Yeah, tickle the ears.
Red Rocket.
Red.
I think IBJJF
rocket.
rules. Look, IBJJF rule. This is gonna be the hard part. You got to get a grip on him. You got to like just bulldoze him to get a grip.
Ears?
Any sort of grip, but look, then you pull.
I think you bait a shot.
No.
Once
Once
you bait a
pull,
shot, Sprawl, then you have access to the ear tassels.
Look,
It's a four-legged beast, man. It's gonna be super fast and agile on top.
but dude, like any submission that you're trying, if you're trying to get on top, that's hard, right? But if you're on bottom, it has to engage.
Yeah, well, IBJJF rules does mean you will get stalling points.
He has to engage.
So if you pull guard on the jiggle dog,
so even if he passes, you still got to try to like submit from bottom side control, which is not a good idea. But like, you gotta.
It's been done.
You gotta make
Baseball
him
matchup.
engage. So you gotta pull first. You gotta just like jump all crazy on him as soon as you get some sort of grip. Like if it's an illusion, the ref probably like thinks you got a grip too. Even if you do.
Is the ref under
Coach
the same
Oliver's
illusion?
technical stand up from bottom
It'll
side
work.
control. I love that.
Shake him down. Collar shake.
You want to stay on bottom because he has to engage.
I don't know, man.
This I'm telling you, man.
Tighten the collar choke.
When we had a couple of weeks ago, we had this question about like what kind of things are you working on and this sort of thing. But man, so Coach Oliver was like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm not good." You know, sad sack shit.
No, that's actually the best English impression I've ever heard ever.
I don't know. I'm working on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, which you should.
I suck at everything.
Yeah, what you should have said is that like your collar control technical stand up game is like revolutionary.
It's been working.
And you should teach it to everybody.
It's been working.
I can't stop thinking about it.
You
I'm
can't,
like,
don't say about it because Berto's going to start talking shit here soon.
Because I'm like,
if it's revolutionary, then you lost.
Yeah, I'm like,
because you're British.
Well, so I always tell people this.
That was a good one. That was a good one because I didn't think you were smart enough to remember history class. That was great.
So
high five.
Okay,
don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking touch me.
Like that penis?
A little bit. It was a good night. Anyway, continue, Austin.
No, that's it.
No,
that's it.
Well,
it's a slick move, and I would have never thought to disconnect and stand up with like retaining like grips.
It works good
until I was told it because this is how jiu-jitsu works for me. If you tell me and explain why, then I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but I'm not an innovator except for hockey guard, and you can't do that. So I'm not an innovator.
Look, it's not that you can't do it. It's just frowned upon. They will reset you.
Yeah.
Eventually.
It's fun on the white belts, though.
Yeah.
Pull their gi up over their head.
That's kind of how I live my life at this point. All right. Well, let's wrap it up on that. Good episode, guys. Thank you. Shout out to Zach, as always.
Cowhead.
And DJ Calhead. Shout out to Zach for keeping us on point tonight.
DJ Cornbread.
Shout out to Austin's beard for not showing up.
Yeah,
but still allowing Austin to show up.
He left it.
It was great. He left it at home in the box. He's like, I'm taking the balls. You can keep the beard. I'm going to hang out with the boys.
I'm going to hang out.
He left it in.
I would love to think that his beard is intact somewhere.
It is.
Absolutely.
It's intact in my garbage in the bathroom.
Somewhere.
I shaved it off in one piece.
In one piece.
Well, that's why I
all
shaved
from underneath.
That's why I shaved it off, is because it had become one piece from a week of sand and sweat. And it was like a big dreadlock. Just the one, so I just took it off.
Your fucking face converted to Rastafarian.
Yeah,
that was great. That's amazing.
Bumble
That was amazing. All right, well, let's close it out as always and bring in that sick fucking beat, man.
Bring it.
Let's do it.